down the sideline. The Marauders in the end zone. Touchdown. Turner breaks through the line and down the sideline. He goes to the end zone. Touchdown. Looking option, pitches left. Oh, it's fumbled the card, and now hit is down for a loss of the yard. Here's a snap, a screen pass out of the backfield, coming to the left-hand side. Marauders all over him, and down for a loss. From the right side, looking for a block, getting outside across midfield to the 45, and off to the races he goes. Quarterback looks to throw, is up and picked up by the Marauders down the left sideline, headed to the end zone. Here's a snap and handoff, sweeps on left-hand side with Walker to midfield, bring it forward. To the right side, and they got a big hole once again to the 30-yard line. It turned and making a move. Snap, looking right, throw right, it's intercepted by the Marauders, and he's going to take it to the house. Hello everyone, welcome to Mingus Marauder Football on KYBC AM 1600, along with Jackie Bessler. I'm Zach Calandra. Tonight on the road in Snowflake, and ironically, Snowflake's about twice as warm as Prescott was last week. Mingus Marauders coming off a loss last week to the Prescott Badgers on the road. 17-0, JB, in a game that really could have been a lot more lopsided than the final score. The Marauder defense played incredibly well, considering that they played with about 20 yards of turf behind them for most of the night. The Marauder defense did a really nice job. The offense couldn't do anything. I think they're going to try to figure that out here tonight, because this is a good Snowflake football team. This team is ranked ahead of Mingus now after the loss last week, and this is going to be a nice game, a preview of the type of teams that Mingus can expect to see in the playoffs.
Well, interesting enough, Zach, as we look at it, with Mingus dropping to number 7 in the seedings, Snowflake jumping up to number 5, here's what's going to happen. The winner will have a home playoff game. The loser of tonight's game very possibly will be on the road in round number 1.
Right, and could quite possibly be matched up again.
Right. Yeah, no kidding. Very possible. Now, of course, last week against Prescott, the conditions were definitely weird. It was the coldest game and coldest conditions we had seen so far this season. It's been a very mild football season for Northern Arizona. Number 2, the field.
Like it.
Right. The field was wet, it was sloppy, it was muddy, and Mingus, who of course has gone to the turf at Mingus Union High School, used to be an advantage for Mingus when it was sloppy
and muddy. Yeah.
But now, now I guess we've gotten used to the good stuff, and it gets sloppy, and we
If you remember the regatta we had in the playoffs against Santa Rita at Sandra Day O'Connor a couple of years ago, I mean, it was all oars on board that night.
No kidding. Mingus won that one, paddling as fast as they could. Did they not?
That was about as much rain as I've seen on the field, I think, ever in high school football.
Oh, it was definitely a puddle. But nonetheless, Mingus, like you said, the defense really stood up, played pretty darn well in the red zone. They gave up some yardage, in between the 20s, in between the 30s, and Mangarelli was for real. 200 yards on the ground against the Mingus Marauders, but Mingus held him to just 1 touchdown.
Yeah, he didn't seem that great to me. I mean, I know he had 200 yards, but he had maybe a couple of big plays to get that. And he did. I mean, for the number 7 rusher in the country, you expect to see some big horse running up and down the field and just crushing you. And he didn't stand out like that to me.
In the red zone,
a lot of it, I think, is because the plays to Mangarelli were a lot of misdirection or like the trick play stuff, to where it's not your typical line it up, hand it off to your running back, and let him run through the whole type of stuff. Well, otherwise, I don't think he runs so much.
Well, interesting that you say that. Now, when the Mingus defense was tightened up in the red zone, he found running room really, really slight. He had a tough time. Now, from the 40, the 50-yard marker, all of a sudden, he had a better shot at the end zone, quite honestly.
17-0. The Marauders shut out for the first time in about 6 years, and I know that's something that didn't sit well in the locker room afterwards, or probably all week at practice. Now, the other thing that I think we ought to mention about last week, and I'm not making excuses, but, I like to mention things, is last week was fall break, Jackie, and a lot of these kids, fall break, you don't have school all day, you might not be quite as focused. I'm not sure they had a great week of practice last week, but they ended up the offense was just sloppy, I thought.
You're right. It never really got going, and Prescott's whole mode of operation was blitz, blitz, and more blitz. And Mingus couldn't pick up the blitz, couldn't get outside the blitz, and really early in the game, Luke Simmons was rattled.
Yep.
And from that point forward, his accuracy certainly suffered.
Slipped back to last year.
Yep, and he was getting rid of the ball a little bit sooner than he had to, and maybe not as much concentration. The slants were there last week, and we just couldn't take advantage of it. Now, of course, Mingus obviously is going to make some alterations to try to fix some of those things in tonight's game, and we'll see what happens. Now, Snowflake got that film. I imagine they are going to look to blitz here this evening.
Well, possibly. I mean, that would be one way to go. Maybe they don't have the personnel to run their defense like that. I mean, you might find yourself blitzing and it not working, and, you know, that might just not be the way their defense is set up. Now, one thing I can tell you about this Snowflake defense is that these guys have given up some points. This is a team that can be scored on. Mingus ought to be looking to take advantage of that here tonight. And I think, and we say it all the time, and it's true in every single game, but I think more so here tonight than any game we've seen all year, I think the Marauders need to get out ahead. They need to get out ahead. They need to get a lead. They need to see if they can put this Snowflake team on their heels a little bit, thinking, oh my gosh, this is like Blue Ridge again.
Right. Well, I think it's also important to get Luke Simmons in the game and on target very quickly. Yes.
Yes. And comfortable meaning not getting hit. Because when he gets hit, he seems to get a little bit rattled, and his passes seem to float or end up a little bit short. So I think it'll be a big thing for the Marauders tonight to be able to get their quarterback comfortable in the game, get a lead here early, and set the tone with their defense. And I think that's what Mingus is always looking to do. If their defense plays as well as they played last week, I think Mingus is in pretty good shape tonight.
Well, and the difference is going to be Prescott was a big running team. We're going to see a lot of aerial attack here tonight from Snowflake.
You know, and that worries me a little bit also because Prescott was a big running team, but man, had their quarterback and their receiver at number 7 kid been on target a little bit more last week. He had a 3 or 4 yard advantage on the defensive backs last week on the Marauders, and that could have turned a running team into a passing team in a hurry had they been able to connect on a couple of those passes, Jackie, as the Prescott Badgers just missed on a couple of big passes in that game, and it really could have really made the score a lot different than the 17-0 score that it ended up being. All right, fans, well, we are on the road up in Snowflake, a big game for both teams sitting at 6-2 on the season, and not too far down the road from here, JB, is another huge game between the number 1 and 2 teams in the state and Division 4. We'll talk about that when we come back. We're in Snowflake, Marauder football here on KYBC.
Your life, it's all out in front of you. Your future, wide open. Come and get it. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored. It's a big world. So many places to go and things to see. Experiences you've dreamed of. They can all start close to home. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored.
Keep your vehicle on the road and running right for less with Reese's Tire in Cottonwood. The Reese's Tire Car Care Club card never expires, and you'll save almost $475 off car care services. For only $89.95, you'll get 4 free oil changes, plus discounts on brakes, AC service, batteries, and of course, savings on tires too.
Come into Reese's Tire and Auto and ask us about our Car Care Club card.
At 2435 East State Route 89A in Cottonwood.
Each year, the faces change, yet the will to test one's passion remains the same. A courage that fosters a sense of pride in each of us. Keeping that pride strong and healthy is our job.
That hurts a lot, huh?
World-class therapists, nurses, and orthopedic surgeons focused on keeping our athletes in the game. From prevention, diagnosis, treatment, and the latest in non-invasive surgical techniques, you can feel confident that we're on the sideline, ready when you need us.
Would you rather recycle like this or like this? Clean Recycling processes over 95% of the materials collected as opposed to under 20% with other processes. Just add a recycling container and your recycling materials end up recycled instead of in the landfill. Just one of the many reasons Taylor Waste has been voted #1 for the past 9 years in a row.
Hi, I'm Chris Taylor, owner of Taylor Waste. We're proud to serve our friends and neighbors with service tailored to your needs.
Back at Snowflake High School along with Jackie Bessler. We've got a big matchup tonight between the Snowflake Lobos and our Mingus Marauders. Both teams at 6-2. Both teams hoping to stay in the top 8 for the playoffs, as the top 8 teams will have a home playoff game. And fans, speaking of home games, we've got one next week with the Camp Verde Cowboys coming to town, so we expect to see everybody out there for the final game of the year, regular season game of the year for the Marauders, and it's at home, so it'll be senior night and a chance to come on out and see all our seniors and appreciate them for the time that they've given here at Mingus High School. But Jackie, it's hard to say that the number 4 and 5 or 6 and 7 teams in the state matching up tonight isn't the biggest game of the night, but not too far from here,
right?
Blue Ridge and Sholo are playing, and that's number 1 and number 2 in the state. So we've got a big night of high school football up here in the White Mountains tonight.
Oh, yeah, no, it is definitely going to be fun. Blue Ridge 8-0 going against Sholo 8-0, and of course that is a rematch from the title game for Division 4 last year. Blue Ridge will end up the season against 5-3 Winslow, who, by the way, pulled off a victory last week against Coconino. That was a good one.
Didn't help us.
No, it didn't. You're right. It didn't help us at all. Number 3 is Seton Catholic. They moved up to number 3 so far with a victory over Division 3 Higley. They have got Tempe, Division 3, number 13, coming up here tonight, and then they'll finish off the season against Bourgade Catholic. Monument Valley is number 4, and they have Winslow tonight.
Valley.
That's going to be a good one. Monument Valley is going to be put to the test. Winslow could find themselves in the top 8 with a victory there, and then Monument Valley might wander back in as their last game is against Window Rock. Snowflake, of course, has us tonight and then finishes up with 2-6 Safford for the rest of the season, so they should be able to do well for the final game of the season. Australia Foothills, number 7, they'll go up against Division 3 Agua Fria, who is 5-3. That could be a challenge.
Oy.
And then Wickenburg.
Oh, it's Estrella. Oh, I thought I said Australia Foothills.
Right, Australia football. No, Australia
Yeah,
Foothills.
you better watch that team. These guys might have something up their sleeve.
Right.
They're bouncing the ball at you.
I know. Run down the field about 50 yards and then kick it, right?
Right, between 3 poles.
Mingus Marauders, of course, finish up with Camp Verde next week in the top 8. Finishes with Coolidge, who gets into the top 8. They'll have Division 3, number 11 tonight. That's Maricopa, who is 5-3. That could be a challenge. And then they finish up with Division 3, Casa Grande, who is 2-6.
Yeah, never any good. Just that one year. Remember when they had the Torrijos kids?
Yeah.
The fullback and running back or something, whatever they were, and the one kid ended up going to ASU. Right. That was the last time I think Casa Grande was any good, and that was about 15 years ago. Yeah,
they've definitely struggled. In fact, Casa Grande, who should be a Division 1 school, they're that big, are playing in Division 3 and struggling. So, it'll be interesting to say. Now, here tonight, you made mention these teams match up with identical records, 6-2. But something you said a little bit earlier is Mingus has the advantage in the points allowed. Yeah. Mingus has only allowed 80. Snowflake has allowed 146. And Snowflake has scored a few more points than Mingus, 268 to Mingus's 256.
That's not much.
No, it's really not much. Their state rank is almost identical. And you start comparing these two teams as far as rushing and passing and how that views and how that works out. These teams are very, very close. Mingus with 1,600 yards rushing the ball, 1,670. Rushing yards for Snowflake is 1,383. Passing yards, Snowflake has the advantage, 1,190 to Mingus, 947. Sacks, Mingus has more sacks, 18-11.
Oh, good.
And the takeaways are really close, 26-22.
Now, that's not counting last year, right?
Oh, my gosh. Do we want to go through last year? There was 11 takeaways, turnovers in that game.
Mingus turned the ball over 7 times last year.
It was not lucky.
And lost by 3.
Right. 32-29. And what was interesting about that, Mingus did a phenomenal job rushing the ball, over 300 yards rushing the ball. And the passing yards went to Chase Walden, who comes back as a senior, by the way. Right. 286 passing yards last year. They tied in sacks 3-3, but the advantage, the takeaway, Snowflake, 2 interceptions and 5 fumbles, which might be a record in Mingus Marauder history. 5 fumbles.
Well, you would hope so. You wouldn't want to have any more than that.
No. I mean, it's what, 100 push-ups per fumble or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Not for me, it's not. I do know that.
Right. Well, exactly. However, that's going to be a crucial key here tonight is who is going to hold on to the ball. Now, Chase Walden for the Snowflake Lobos was out for a good chunk of the season.
Like the first 4 games or something.
Right, and the running back, another senior, Dallin Merrill, took his place, did a pretty decent job, threw a few interceptions here and there. The passing game wasn't proficient, but now that Chase Walden back, he is a dual threat. He can run the ball, and obviously as a junior, he put 286 passing yards up on Mingus last year. He can definitely throw the ball. In the last 3 games, he has 9 touchdowns, no interceptions, and those are his first 3 games back.
And I won't be surprised to see on their defense if he comes out as a linebacker, because he looks like a linebacker. Watching him out there warming up before the game, I mean, that kid looks like he can get it done on the defensive side of the ball as well.
Right, yeah, no doubt about it. He's great size, good-looking kid. And the other thing, Snowflake definitely has some size. They've grown some of them big up here in the White Mountains.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, the center, number 76.
There's got some cornfields around here somewhere.
Behind the grass, behind the field out here. Yeah, exactly. Children of the Corn, is that where you were going?
Hey, it is almost Halloween.
It is almost Halloween. You know what else is coming up?
Pete's birthday. Oh.
Yes. When is Pete's birthday?
Next Wednesday.
Oh, cool. Well, coming up this Saturday, which would be the 20th, is the Guns and Hoses game at Mingus Union High School.
4 o'clock.
And we're talking basketball.
That's game time. 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
So get there early.
Yes. I saw something that said at halftime they were going to give away a TV.
Flat screen. That's what they did last year also. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah,
the raffle tickets. There's raffle tickets and raffle prizes given away throughout the game. So I want everybody to come out and check that out. And Jordan Baker from the Sedona Fire Department really does an excellent job putting all this stuff together. And former Marauder.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's true, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, this Sunday I'm doing a wedding reception for a former Marauder, Mike Cook.
Mikey Cook, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
I remember Mike. I know his dad real well. Yeah. And his mom, Joanne, who's running for the school board.
Well, see, you should join us at the wedding reception on Sunday.
Yeah, there you go. All right, fans. Hey, let's take another break here real quick as we get ready for tonight's football game. It looks like some of the Snowflake cheerleaders have made their way out onto the field, and we're anticipating the team's arrival here soon, and we'll get ready for tonight's ball game. A huge one for both teams. If Mingus can pull off the victory here on the road, then they're pretty much guaranteed a home playoff game after next week's game against Camp Verde. So first things first, got to take out these Lobos here tonight. All right, fans, let's take a quick break. We'll be back to Snowflake High School for Marauder football coming up after this.
Marauders fans, take note. Renegade Steakhouse is the place to enjoy good food, good friends, and good times. From Wrangler's Prime Rib to Cowboy Caviar, and from Cactus Fries to Cowboy Burgers, it's all here waiting for you. I'm Ty Stite, inviting you to visit us at Renegade Steakhouse, where we do things with a style all our own.
It's nice to see so many familiar faces.
Enjoying great Sears prices.
Sears Hometown Stores, where you'll find that great Sears quality and new Sears availability at the lowest prices guaranteed. We're like your father's Sears store, but a whole lot more. If it's not on our shelf, it's right here online, and we'll have it delivered to your front door. Plus, we have the largest selection of home appliances in the industry, including the top 10 national brands. Sears Hometown Stores, we're in your neighborhood.
Two things we can count on every year:
a new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Your local Taco Bell invites you to Live Moss. Try the Doritos Locos Tacos today, made with a shell of real nacho cheese Dorito chips. Convenient hours, drive-through, and open late every night. Visit your local Taco Bell, located on the corner of Highway 89A and Cove Parkway in Cottonwood. Taco Bell. Live Moss.
Back at Snowflake High School, along with Jackie Bessler, the Mingus Bronner football here on KYBC AM 1600. We got a baseball update for you. In the top of the 6th inning, it's the San Francisco Giants 4, St. Louis Cardinals 0.
Whoa.
How about that?
Wow.
Congratulations to the Detroit Tigers.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, swept the New York Yankees, who could not hit the ball all postseason. 4-0, the Tigers heading to the World Series.
Well, congratulations to them. And how about the Cardinals, coming up from that wild card position?
Just like they did last year.
Yeah, all season long, they were just kind of barely hanging on to a wild card position, and then boom, postseason, they turn it on. So they're doing fantastic.
Now let's head to the field for the national anthem.
Verde Valley Connections is your source for primary medical care.
Verde Valley Connections is here for you. We're taking new patients every day. Just give us a call and we'll set you up with an appointment, or stop in and we'll try to work you in.
We'll take the time to get to know you.
And if you need a prescription, our pharmacy is right here in the lobby.
Whether you're new in town or just don't have a primary care connection,
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
Call 634-2236 and ask for Connections.
Welcome to the Cottonwood Recreation Center. We would like to invite you to come on in.
Come on in.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Service, convenience, price. Taylor Waste is locally owned and voted #1 in residential garbage collection for the past 8 years in a row. And right now, new customers will enjoy 2 months free service with your switch to Taylor Waste. Add an extra container and take part in Taylor Waste's popular clean recycling program as well.
Hi, I'm Chris Taylor, owner of Taylor Waste. We're proud to serve our friends and neighbors with service tailored to your needs.
Your local Taco Bell invites you to Live Moss. Try the Doritos Locos Tacos today, made with a shell of real nacho cheese Dorito chips. Convenient hours, drive-through, and open late every night. Visit your local Taco Bell, located on the corner of Highway 89A and Cove Parkway in Cottonwood. Taco Bell. Live Moss.
Back at Snowflake High School, and the band is off the field. The football teams are back out on the field, and the captains are ready to head out to the middle, talk things over with our officials here tonight. JB, Mingus Bronner's in their away white uniforms with the red pants and the silver helmets. The Snowflake. I'm just looking forward to the playoffs there. The Snowflake Lobos have their home blue uniforms with the silver pants and the silver helmets. And I'll tell you what, this big old number 55 walking out there as a captain, that kid just reeks football, doesn't he? That's a football body right there. They got some big kids on this Snowflake football team, Jackie.
Well, one thing that I didn't get a chance to talk to Coach Young about was the speed of this team. We learned very quickly that Prescott was fast. Prescott was one of the few teams that I have seen match up speed-wise with Mingus this year, and Mingus, I think, has a very fast crew. But Prescott was definitely fast. We'll see how fast the Snowflake Lobos are out here tonight.
Now, apparently that was the difference in the games yesterday. The Marauders JV and freshman team both beat Snowflake 28-8 for the JV and 21-8, I believe it was, for the freshman team. And apparently a lot of big kids for the Snowflake freshman and JV squads as well. The Marauders beat them with speed.
Right.
So we'll have to see if that's the case here tonight as well. Maybe they got all their fast guys up here on the varsity squad.
Well, very possibly. I mean, you would certainly imagine that's where you would need the most amount of speed. Hey, let's take a look at some of the Mingus Marauders during the course of the 2012 campaign. Luke Simmons is 62 for 127, almost 500 on his passing percentage, 928 yards, an average of 116 yards per game, 8 touchdowns and 5 interceptions, through 3 interceptions last week against Prescott, a quarterback rating of 78. Leading rusher for the Mingus Marauders is Tyler Herndon, 678 yards on 92 carries. He's almost hit 100 carries during the course of the season. Hanks has 431 yards on 76 carries, averaging, well, between the two of them, a little better than 6 yards per carry. Leading the Mingus Marauders for receiving is Brewer. Want to see him get active into tonight. In fact, we didn't see him catch a pass during the course of the game last week against the Prescott Badgers. He's got 21 receptions on the year, 440 yards receiving. Leading tacklers for the Mingus Marauders, Pelletier with 69 tackles, 104 tackles for Longfellow, and 85 tackles out there for Brandon Kitchen, leading the squad defensively for the Mingus Marauders in tackles on that side of the ball. Brewer leads the Marauders in INTs with 2 so far this season, and obviously with Snowflake putting the ball up quite a bit, or what we expect to see, Zach, maybe Brewer's got a chance for a few more picks tonight.
Well, Snowflake won the toss, and they have deferred, so the Mingus Marauders will have the ball to start the football game, and that's one of the keys that we talked about in the very beginning, JB, that it's going to be important for Mingus to get out early, try to get a score early, try to get ahead, something that they were unable to do last week. As a matter of fact, they never even scored last week, but get ahead of this Snowflake team here tonight, I think, would be a big key to the game for the Mingus Marauders, especially if you can get the ball on your opening drive and just march it down the field and score.
Well, keep in mind that it was also a huge factor in last week's game, Zach, was the penalties. Holy cow. Mingus was just laden and ridden with penalties during the course of that game.
Well, not so much during the course of that game, JB. It's been all season long. That has been one of the bugaboos of the Mingus Marauders. And sometimes it's not even just the penalties, but it's the 15-yard variety that's been killing Mingus.
Well, you know, I believe if you're going to do something, do it right, right?
I guess. Here we go. The Marauders set to return. We've got Brennan Kitchen along with Tyler Herndon back to receive for the Mingus Marauders. And the man kicking the ball off, it looks like is number 8, Kurt Solomon, that's going to kick the ball away. Here comes Solomon. The kick is in the air. It's high, it's deep, and it's headed towards Herndon at the 4. He fumbles, picks it up at the 8. Herndon down the middle of the field to the 10 to the 15, breaks through the initial contact and has a good return out across the 30 to 31-yard line. And Herndon, it looked for a second there, JB, was going to have a chance to break that one. Then after he got through the first line of the defense, the second line was able to catch him and bring him down.
Well, you start to wonder whether or not him putting that ball on the turf worked to his advantage or not, because it certainly got the Lobos downfield a little bit further and opened up a hole.
I'm a big fan of never putting the ball on the ground. First down and 10, Mingus. Quarterback Luke Simmons in the shotgun. One back to his right-hand side. Quick throw off the first play, and it's to the left-hand side. Appears to be Brewer for a gain of about 8. And it is Brewer that comes up with a reception. So a quick pass, not even a 3-step drop, just to take a step back and fire it to the left-hand side. And he finds Brewer for an 8-yard gain, and that's a good play on first down. Now the Marauders have an open playbook on second and short.
Well, not only that, but a couple more like those, and we'll get Simmons into the ball game real quick.
From the 39-yard line, here's the snap. Simmons looking to the right side this time. Throws across the middle and behind the intended receiver that time. He was open and had a chance. Would have been a big first down. Jesse Moronis, the intended receiver, passed just behind him.
Well, it looked like Simmons threw that ball hard, but not out in front of him.
No, if it was out in front of him, he might have scored.
Oh, I certainly think so. Yeah, on a slant, that's not where you want to go to the back shoulder throw.
No, that's the one that gets picked.
Yeah, that gets scary.
Third down and 2 now for the Marauders. They've got Hanks in the backfield. On the wing position on the right is Herndon. They're going to give it to Herndon, going left, and Herndon's bottled up, and he may even lose a yard. And just like that, started out promising. First down, you pick up 8. Second down, a pass behind a receiver goes incomplete. And third down, the sweep goes for naught. And now it's 4th down and 2 for the Marauders. And so much for rushing down the field on your opening possession and scoring a touchdown. Mingus now will have to punt the ball away as they've got it at their own 39-yard line.
Well, not successful going off tackle to the left-hand side. Remember, they had a lot of success with that last year.
Simmons deep in the backfield to punt the ball away. Here's a snap, good snap, and the punt is off to the right side and will bounce and go out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. Looks like they're going to mark it right at the 30-yard line. First down and 10 for the Snowflake Lobos. Now they're led by their quarterback, Chase Walden, a senior, and Jackie talked about him a little bit in the pregame there. This kid can do it both ways. He can throw the ball, and he can take off and run.
He is a dual threat, no doubts about it, and Mingus is going to have to figure out a way to contain and keep him into the pocket.
From the gun, one back behind him on the right-hand side. Walden takes a snap, hands off to his running back, hitting the backfield, will lower his shoulder, and fight back to the line of scrimmage. They may actually give him a yard. Good play that time again by the Marauder defense, not giving it up there on the run. Now, one thing we have to mention, the Marauders playing tonight without Brandon Gregson, JB. That's a big blow to this Mingus Marauder defense.
Certainly so. Greg Charles will step in, and in fact, Gregson was on the offensive line, and I believe May is going to step in for him offensively here tonight.
Zach Simmons on the stop and nose guard.
Bracken on the carry, number 42.
Zach Simmons gets this tackle.
Whoa,
freshman.
All right.
Second down and 8. Here's a snap, low snap. Quarterback picks up, and they're going to try to sweep. Coming to the left-hand side, falling down and losing a couple of yards back to the 30-yard line. The original line of scrimmage. Now it'll be 3rd down and 10. Pelletier comes in to make the play for the Marauders, and Mingus wasn't going to be beaten to the sideline on that one, JB. If it's a sprint to the sideline, you'll see plenty of white shirts over there.
Well, interesting. Snowflake comes out running the ball, and Mingus comes out throwing the ball.
Yeah, trying to trick your opponent before you treat him. Week and a half away, JB, can't wait. Man in motion from right to left. They'll fake the handoff to him. Now Walden will throw out of the backfield. He's got a man. Catch is made. Oh, and the Marauders don't tackle him. They had him for short of a first down by about 3 or 4 yards. Kept spinning and fighting his way downfield and matriculates the ball for a first down, JB.
That was just poor tackling skills out there for the Mingus Marauders, and it looks as though, I believe, was that number 25, Doug Brinholm?
It's hard to read these numbers. There's no doubt about it. First down and 10 now, and Walden drops, throws over the head of the intended receiver. That time it was number 19 that he was trying to throw the ball to, Dallin Merrill, who, JB, was the quarterback while Walden was out.
Right, and primarily he is their running back. So I imagine the Snowflake squad has gone through a different series of types of offenses during the course of this season. Which, you know what? If you can still win ball games that way, that just makes you stronger as you go into playoffs.
3 minutes into the ball game, Marauders went 3 and out. Snowflake on their opening drive has a first down. Now looking at 2nd down and 10, and they'll fake the handoff. Quarterback flushed out of the pocket. Now a throw, and it's incomplete. Hit him right in the hands. We've seen that plenty of times this year. That time it's Bracken Tanner that can't come up with a reception. It brings up 3rd down and 10 now for Snowflake.
Bracken looked down at his hands trying to find the hole in them. I think the hole was between them.
Where's my glove?
Right.
So I'm doing a little work to the softball field here, JB. They're getting ready for spring sports.
Oh, yeah.
Got a long winter ahead of them up here in Snowflake. There's a reason it's called Snowflake. 3rd down and 10 play. Marauders jump off sides. And that'll give him a free 5 yards. That's Greg Charles that time that jumps off sides, and that'll go from 3rd and 10 to 3rd and 5. And those are the kind that hurt, JB.
Yep. See, they don't all have to be that 15 variety that hurts so bad. It's the timing more than anything.
Now quarterback Walden runs to the sideline to talk things over with head coach Ron Tenney. Now I'll run back over to the huddle. They reset on the play clock. 8:58 left to go in the opening quarter of play. Marauders 3 and out. Snowflake trying to pick up their 2nd first down of their opening drive. They've got the ball at their own 48-yard line, 3rd down and 5 now. Walden takes a snap, and he's going to run to the left, and he's got a hole. And now it's to the outside, to the 40, to the 30. Walden still on his feet to the 20, and finally knocked out of bounds by, it looks like, Garcia, but not until he gets all the way down to the 19-yard line. A huge run, 10, 20, 30, about 35 yards on the carry, and the Marauders now have their defense where they were all week last week, inside the red zone.
You know, I was just about to say, I wonder who's got QB spy on this one.
Nobody.
Yep, they just went simple off tackle land. Mingus caved on the left side.
Quickly back to the line of scrimmage. No huddle here. Man in motion from left to right, and they'll hand off to him on a sweep, going to the right side of the long side of the field. And the Marauders will catch up and bring them down for a short gain, about 3 yards. Wow, Jackie, that was a new thing there. Did you see that? A sweep to the long side of the field where there's room to run.
Nonetheless, a jet sweep.
We pick up about 3 on that. That'll be.
In fact, they faked that a couple of times. This time, Walden gives up the ball.
Right, and that was to Merrill.
Right. He's their leading rusher. He's got a little over 400 rushing yards on the season.
Trips on the left, 1 on the right, 1 back in the backfield. Here's a snap, and they'll throw out of the backfield. Screen pass the left-hand side, and the Marauders' initial contact was made by, looks like that's Pierce, 34, that makes the original hit, and then Garcia cleans them up. A short gain, a yard, maybe 2, and it's 3rd down and about 7 yards here for the Lobos.
Well, good job by Pierce throwing off the block just to get to him.
From the Marauders' 17-yard line. Walden in the gun. He's got 1 back to his right side. He's got trips on the right, 1 on the left. Awaiting the snap from the gun. Waiting the snap. There it is. And he'll roll to the right. Look to run to the right. Still on his feet. Now hit and down. Short of a 1st down. He's got it to about the 12. They need to get to the 10. He may even be inside the 12. He's about the 11 and a half. About 1.5 yards, 2 yards shy of a 1st down. And looks like they're going to try to kick a field goal here, Jackie.
Well, they've only kicked 1 during the course of the season, so this would be their 2nd if they are successful.
Looks like Kurt Solomon, the kicker, has come out on the field, and they are going to set up to kick a field goal.
Kurt Solomon.
He'll set his tee at the 17-yard line, so we're looking at a 27-yard field goal attempt from between the hash marks. Here's a snap, good snap, and the kick is up, and it looks good, and it is good. So the Marauders 3 and out. The Lobos march the field and end up with a field goal and take the early lead, 3-0. We'll be back with the Lobo kickoff coming up after this.
Your life, it's all out in front of you. Your future, wide open. Come and get it. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored. It's a big world. So many places to go and things to see. Experiences you've dreamed of. They can all start close to home. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored.
Back in Snowflake. The Mingus Marauders trailing 3-0. Been saying that a lot this last 2 weeks, JB. It's time to turn this boat around. Here's Solomon, who just kicked the field goal, and he kicked kind of an onside kick to the 2nd level of the Marauder return team, and Mingus just covers it up. Looks like Josh Longfellow covers the ball, and good position for the Marauders here. They get it out around the 33 for their 2nd drive here of the opening quarter.
Not bad field position. Seemed to be more of a ground ball inside the shortstop, between the shortstop and pitcher.
I wonder if they're worried about the Marauder return team.
That's interesting. Well, Herndon was, 1 block away from breaking it the first time.
Exactly. Marauders down 3-0. They've got the ball for the 2nd time. Here's a snap. Simmons to throw, and he's got his man. Moronis on the right side. Moronis is tackled after a short gain. Well, he's got about 5, maybe 6. So let's see. That looks about 5. 2nd down and 5 here for the Marauders. And again, on 1st down, good positive yardage. Let's see if they can continue this drive and pick up some 1st downs and score a touchdown. How about that? We'd like to see the Marauders on the board. It's been a while since Mingus has scored, JB.
I know. It's kind of a drought, hasn't it?
From the near hash mark, going left to right across your radio dial, the Marauders now 2nd down and 5 from their own 38-yard line. Here's a snap. Throw to the left-hand side.
Attempt to number 37.
And not a good toss that time, as it was intended for Brennan Kitchen. He made a stab at it to try to pull it in. And, you know, Jackie, so far the Marauder passing game has been take the snap, turn and throw. Not take the snap, drop back, look around, see who's open. It's get it, throw it real quick.
No, it definitely has been designed as quick if they're trying to go against the blitz.
3rd down and 5. Here's a snap. Simmons again, quickly. It's tipped in the air and then caught for a short gain. But a gain for the Marauders, caught by Kitchen that time. It was tipped by a defensive lineman, and then Brennan Kitchen dove in as it was coming down and caught the ball and ended up picking up about 3 yards for the Marauders. It's now 4th down and 2 from the 41-yard line, and at some point you have to build the confidence in your offense and go for it, and it looks like the Marauders are going to look to punt it away.
Doug Brimhall, playing a defensive end position, got his hands up and blocked that one.
Watch for the fake here. Waiting the snap, there it is, and the punt is away, and it will be fielded at the 27-yard line. To the left-hand side of the field at 30-35, and then knocked out of bounds by Kitchen at about the 37-yard line. So good field position here for the Lobos. They take the ball back here with 5:34 left to go in the opening quarter of play, and they lead 3-0 over the Mingus Marauders. Mingus defense coming back out on the field after the offense has gone 3 and out twice in a row.
Well, so far in the game, the Lobos have 52 yards of offense on 2 drives and accounted for 3 points.
First down and 10. Walden in the gun. He's got 2 receivers on the left. One of them's in motion, and he'll hand off to him. Sweep into the right side, and then cuts it back up into the middle there, and there's not much room to run. Looks like they're going to give him progress to about the 41-yard line. It's going to end up being a decent gain of almost 4 yards, bringing up 2nd and a long 6.
Well, Zach Simmons getting the uniform dirty.
Yeah, Simmons getting some time in there. Must be taking Gregson's spot on the defensive line. Freshman, Zach Simmons.
Zach Simmons.
2nd down and a long 6 from the gun. Here's a snap. Walden drops back, looks right, throws on the middle. It's tipped in the air by the Marauder defense, and then it looked like Greg Charles had a chance to intercept it. He didn't realize it was coming down there, and by the time he realized the ball was coming, he wasn't able to make the catch. Our fans watching here at home, let's see who gets a hand on it. It's a big fella right there with the black arms.
3rd down.
And not sure who that was.
I think that's Carter.
Yeah,
number
it's Carter
79
out there. Yep.
Great job. Did exactly what the Lobos turned around and did to us on the last drive.
Here's the snap, and Walden rolling right, and now step up into the pocket. He's got room to run to the left-hand side. He's got a first down to midfield to the 45 to the Marauder 40-yard line before being knocked out of bounds. Well, the Marauder defense completely broke down their coverage that time as Walden stepped to his left-hand side and saw nothing in front of him for about 30 yards, so he took off and got a big gain in a first down to the Marauder 40.
Well, he'll pick up 21 on that one, and all of a sudden he's got 58 yards rushing on 3 carries, and that was just a coverage sack, or should have been a coverage sack.
Ran behind that big old number 55, the left tackle. First down and 10 for the Marauder 40. Snowflake is moving the ball up and down the field. Here's a snap and a quick pass to the right side. They got him, man. He's hit immediately, and he may have lost a yard.
Great job by Pierce responding to the quick pass very quickly.
Yeah, he got to him quick that time. It was Doug Brimhall with the reception. And looks like he may have lost a little bit of yardage that time. 2nd down and a long 10. See some of the Marauder coaches there, fans watching on TV. And the Marauder defense trying to stop this Snowflake offense here. The opening quarter of play, we've got 4:24 left to go. In the opening quarter, it's 3-0 Lobos. And awaiting the snap, there it is. Fake the hand. No, they do hand off. Sweeping the left-hand side. We got flags coming in. Marauders making a good play defensively. A short gain, if any. No, it's going to be back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. And flag on the play, I imagine, is going to be a hold. Let's see what we got. Nope, it looks like it's going to be something on the offense for sure. Let's see what the call is. It's like there could be an illegal block, yeah.
Help the referee.
That'll back them up quite a bit, and that'll help the Marauder defense out.
They called it shot block on the low.
And now you start to wonder whether or not you want to give them 3rd and 10, or do you want to back them up?
No, you want to back them up 15 yards.
Oh, that's a 15, yeah.
You want to make a 2nd and 25. All right, so that moves the ball back onto the Snowflake side of the field as well, to their own 45-yard line. They need to get to the Marauder 30. It's second down. Replay of the down. And the play is sent into the quarterback, who looks at the wristband. He's got trips on the left, one on the right. His running back is to the right-hand side from the shotgun. Walden takes a snap, low snap. Now he's being flushed out of the pocket, throws it. It's tipped, it's intercepted by Carter. Carter tips it to himself, comes up with a big INT, and there's the Marauders in business now. First down and 10, first turnover of the game, and it's big Troy Carter. Tips the ball up in the air, waits for it to come down, grabs it with those big balls and rumbles forward. And a good gain to about the 27-yard line of the Lobos, and the Marauders with their best field position in 3 weeks here, JB.
Hey, so tell me, how long do you think Carter thought that ball took to get back down to him?
All day. It's already, the sun's already come back up.
He gets 17 yards on the return after the interception.
First down and 10, Mingus. See if they can move the ball. They'll hand it off, going to the left-hand side. It's Hanks up the middle. Hanks is going to have about, well, he's going to have about 7 yards. It looks like he's all the way down near the 20-yard line. And that's a nice race down inside the 20s, down around the 19-yard line. That's a gain of 7 yards on the, maybe even 8 yards on the play. And again, on first down, Mingus has been good. It's the other 2 downs where they've failed to be able to convert.
Well, we better score on first down then, huh?
Sounds good. Well, not now. We want to score on second down.
Right.
Unless we pick up another first.
Well, let's pick up the first and then score on first.
Sounds good. 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Man in motion from left to right is Herndon. They'll pitch to Herndon. Herndon cuts it back in behind the blocker, and he's going to have a first down. Well, that was a tough run for 4 yards, but it was successful in picking up the first down of the game for the Marauders, and they can actually pick up another one without scoring, as it is at the 16-yard line now. First down and 10, Mingus with 3:15 left to go here in this opening quarter of play.
That was a long pitch to Herndon, which of course you take the chance. It's it's definitely a lateral, and had nothing outside. It was well covered, so he took what he had.
Working between the hash marks now. Marauders in the shotgun. Simmons takes a snap, looks right, throws right, has a man. It's Herndon down the right sideline. He stepped out of bounds.
Oh, bummer.
At about the 9. Wow.
But good gain.
So a gain of 7. Again, a good gain on first down. And Herndon, he saw the defense coming. I think he looked up to see where that guy was coming from, and then ended up stepping out of the look. Yeah, if you see it, he's looking to see where the defense is coming from, and he steps out of bounds right there at the 9.
Well, I got to imagine you want to turn your attention. You have to know where the sideline is and turn your attention into the guy that's going to hit you.
Second down and 3. Here's a snap. Simmons will hand off to Hanks up the middle. Hanks down around the 5. And he's going to be close to a first down depending on the spot here. Looks like the guy on the far end of the field has them spotted at about a yard shy. Yeah, well, they're real close.
Well, it's a matter of inches.
They're going to bring out the chains. It's really close.
Well, this is an important chain or measurement, Zach.
Well, it's either going to be third and about a couple inches, or it's going to be a first and goal for the Marauders.
However, either way, I think the Mingus Marauders are probably in 4-down territory.
Oh, absolutely. No doubt about it. And here's a stretch of the chains, and it looks like a first down, and it is first down Marauders. First and goal from the 6-yard line. Clock at 2:45 here in this opening quarter of play. Mingus looking for a touchdown to take a lead, which would be their first since 2 weeks ago.
You know, it just sounds really sad when you say it that way.
Wow, it's been a long time since the Marauders haven't had a lead. They didn't even score last week.
I know. It's been a long time, a long, lonely time.
Yeah. Lonely, lonely, lonely night. Yeah, it has. Here we go. First and goal, Marauders from the 6-yard line. Hanks in the backfield behind Simmons. 1 receiver on the right. Man in motion. It's Simmons on the keeper. Simmons cuts it in the middle and gets tackled by a headlock.
Horse collar.
Yeah, I mean, no doubt it was at least a horse collar. It's like they clotheslined him. And he's got about 3 yards. Second and goal from the 3.
Maybe 2. It's going to be second down and goal.
And the Marauders run the new play in, running in some new personnel.
Interesting. Both the
Longfellow in.
Ooh, Longfellow has 2 touchdowns.
As a wing back on the left-hand side. In motion is Herndon. And they'll hand off up the middle to Hanks, and he's not going to get there. He's got about a yard. He's going to bring up 3rd down and goal from about 2 yards out. Now, interesting, they brought Longfellow in as a blocker that time on the left-hand side. He lined up right behind Brewer, and that's the way they ran. So they tried to overload that side to get an extra push and just didn't get it. Longfellow's still in the game. Let's see if he lines up as a fullback this time.
Coach Young said that could be a possibility. We could even see Zach Pelletier in the backfield.
Well, we're starting to get to that time of the season, JB, where you start putting your best athletes out there play after play.
Well, not only that, but at the same time, I mean,
Longfellow lines up in a wing on the left. Here's a snap, and it's going to be a keeper by Simmons. He'll race to the corner. He's in the end zone. Touchdown! Luke Simmons takes it to the house in the left corner. The Marauders have the lead. 6-3 with 1:01 left to go here in the opening quarter of play. Luke Simmons in the end zone. First points for Mingus in the last 5 quarters of play.
Once again, it's really ugly when you say it that way.
I don't have to say it anymore now. Here's the extra point attempt up by Cadera, and it's up in good, and the Marauders lead 7-3 with 1:01 left to go. JB, I know it was a short field that the Marauders had to work with, but they had to build a little confidence in this team that, hey, here we go, we can get our offense rolling once again.
And did it on the ground too, Zach.
We'll be back with the Marauder kickoff coming up right after this.
Keep your vehicle on the road and running right for less with Reese's Tire in Cottonwood. The Reese's Tire Car Care Club card never expires, and you'll save almost $475 off car care services. For only $89.95, you'll get 4 free oil changes, plus discounts on brakes, AC service, batteries, and of course, savings on tires too.
Come into Reese's Tire and Auto and ask us about our Car Care Club card.
At 2435 East State Route 89A in Cottonwood.
Back at Snowflake High School, the Marauders take the lead 7-3, and we got an update from the other big game up here in the White Mountains at Sholo, leading Blue Ridge 6-3.
Wow.
A battle of field goals.
Holy cow. Boy, that is pretty similar, huh?
Cadera in the kickoff for the Marauders instead of Jacobo. Wonder what's up with that. Cadera with a good kick, and it's fielded at the 5-yard line. And now they'll look to fake the reverse, and at the 10-yard line, hit and crushed at the 11. Wow. Well, they tried a little fake reverse that time. Mingus didn't bite, and Lehigh Caldwell paid the price.
Well, if you're going to fake the reverse, the best thing you can possibly do is not hit the guy.
Right, don't run into him. Yeah, right.
Because you stopped both of your momentum at that point.
You can't both go right. Actually, I guess if they both go right, it would work, right? If they ran into each other.
That'd be more of a sweep.
All right. Under a minute left here in this opening quarter play, and, well, it feels good again. The Marauders have a lead in a football game. Man, things are back to normal. Waiting to snap. Another low snap. They'll try to hand off to the man in motion, and they'll have a couple of yards, actually, about 5. It looks like he's out across the 15, about the 17-yard line. Gilbert Cadera kicked it off and made the tackle that time for the Marauders. I think the man carrying the ball was Rick Shumway, number 24.
That was good for about 4. We'll call it 2nd and 6.
Walden from the gun, trips on the right, 1 on the left, 1 back in the backfield, awaiting the snap. There it is, dropping, looking right, flush down to the pocket now, and the Marauders defense stays home, nowhere to run. Now a jump pass down the middle of the field, and it's over the head of the intended receiver and falls incomplete. Zach Pelletier, JB, stayed at home. That play could have gone the same way as that last long run by Walden, but as he tucked it, he looked to the left-hand side. I'm going to run into this open field again. Uh-oh, there's number 11, and he pulled the ball back up, looked back to his right, and finally threw it away.
Well, I tell you, Zach Pelletier could have a field day out there if he gets that quarterback spy position.
Here's a huge 3rd and 6 for the Marauders early in the game. And Walden looking to throw again. He's flushed out of the pocket, comes up and throws it down the field to a wide open guy. Makes the catch, and now dragging Pierce down the field. A big first down across midfield to the Marauder 45. Wow. Catch made by number 25 that time. That's Doug Brimhall, who just kind of, if the pass would have been further downfield, he would have been running to the end zone. He had to turn around and wait for it to come down, which is what gave Pierce a chance to get back and make the tackle.
Well, certainly so. At the same time, the Mingus Marauders, we talked about it in pregame, just let him get behind the defense.
Here's the 1st and 10 play. Walden rolling to his right, and now jump pass again. It's up for grabs, and it's going to be intercepted by Brewer. Oh, no, he's out of bounds. Oh, Brewer made the catch, but they're saying no, he's out of bounds, and the Marauders don't get their second takeaway of the game.
By the way, the first interception, Carter, by the way, earlier in this game that set up the Mingus Marauders, that was the first interception of Walden during the course of the season.
Wow. Got a timeout on the field. It's the end of the opening quarter. And at the end of the first 12 minutes of play, it's 7-3, the Marauders. 2nd down and 10 from the Marauder 45 for the Lobos, and we come back after this.
Everybody knows that high school sports generate suspense, excitement, and drama.
They also generate higher grade point averages, stronger work habits, and greater self-esteem.
Everybody knows that high school sports give us more value for our entertainment dollar.
They also give us leaders, committed to strengthening communities right here in Arizona. The true value of playing sports in school can't be measured in wins and losses or dollars and cents. Studies show that participation in sports, along with other extracurricular activities, is one of the best ways to teach leadership, cooperation, accountability, and other invaluable life skills. Don't just stand on the sidelines. Encourage the young people you know to get in the game. When you do, you will be helping them get ahead in life. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Arizona Interscholastic Association and the Arizona Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Back at Snowflake High School to start the second quarter of play. It's 7-3. The Mingus Marauders with the lead. Snowflake has the ball, 2nd down and 5 from the Marauder 45-yard line. Update for you from Major League Baseball. And in the top of the 8th inning, it's now the San Francisco Giants 4, St. Louis 0. And now what are the officials doing out there? They've stopped the game again. They're talking things over. Jackie, we got another score for you from Division 4. Estrella Foothills, one of the teams that the Marauders are battling with, are currently trailing Agua Fria 10-7.
Well, they're playing a Division II school, so they're certainly in that one. That's anybody's game. Estrella Foothills has shown some strength during the course of the year. They had one bad game, one unexpected loss. Other than that, they've taken care of business.
And now the officials are still talking things over out there. And they're moving the chains.
Do what you say you're going to do. Have the courage to do the right.
There we go. 2nd down and 10, not second down and 5.
2nd down and 10. Yeah, that's better.
Because they had picked up the first down with the long pass, and the second one was the Brewer interception out of bounds.
Out of bounds. 2nd down and 10 now. Walden from the gun takes a snap and rolls right. Walden on the quarterback keeper, hit and down after a gain of about 3 or 4 yards. Garcia came diving in at his legs, but it was Carter, Cadera, and Brewer that finally dragged him down to the ground.
Well, another fine run. He's got 4 carries on the course of the game, 62 rushing yards.
You see a lot of the players out here wearing the pink. Of course, it's October, and it's a Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and both players on both squads showing their spirit here. Handoff coming to the left-hand side on a kind of a counter, and they'll pick up about 4 or 5 more yards. It's going to bring up 3rd down and short that time. Number 25, the ball carrier, Doug Brimhall, and he's going to be short of a 1st down by about 2. It's 4th down now, 4th and 2 for the Lobos. So they've got the ball at the Marauder 37-yard line, and it looks like they're going to line up to go for it here on 4th and 2. Let's see if the Marauder D can come up with a big takeaway from the gun. Walden with a man in motion from left to right, takes a snap, fakes a handoff. Now he's rolling to the right. Now he's flushed out of the pocket, looking to run to the left. He'll have a 1st down as he jumps over a Marauder defender and dragged down after a big gain on the run. Pelletier catches him, but not before he gets all the way down to the Marauder 27-yard line, and a big 1st down run that time by quarterback Chase Weldon.
Well, he just scampered again, and boy, we had him, but containing him is going to be difficult. We had a difficulty doing it last year. Remember, he had 286 passing yards
Throwing the
on
ball.
Mingus.
Yeah, tonight he's running it on us. Well, they're getting near the red zone. That's where the Marauders tightened up last week. Let's see if they can do it again here tonight. Here's a snap and a handoff down. It's a fumble, and the Marauders have it. The Marauders have it. They tried to run a double reverse. They took it to the right and then turned to pitch it to go left, and the pitch ended up being fumbled, and the Marauders jumped on it. It may have been Carter that jumped on it. Our fans at home, you can see it going to the right and then the pitch back to the left, and now the ball on the ground. There's Carter, and there's Longfellow diving on it. Longfellow comes up with the ball, and the Marauders have their second takeaway of the game and lead 7-3 with 10:26 left to go here in the opening half of play. Here comes the Marauder offense back out on the field.
Wow, 2 takeaways, so Mingus trying to return the favor.
Trips left. Mingus looking to throw down the field. They've got a man. It's Brewer with a first down out to midfield.
Alex Brewer.
20 yards on the reception for Brewer. Nice to see him back in the action.
First down's been a big one for the Marauders so far here tonight. Brewer's got a big catch, and the Marauders are moving the ball once again with a 4-point lead here on the road. Switching out personnel, Moronis looks to be leaving the game. The Marauders working from the near hash mark right at midfield. They break a huddle, and let's see the formation. One receiver on the right, wing back on both sides, one receiver on the left. Man in the backfield is Hanks. From the shotgun, Simmons awaiting the snap. Oh, now we've got an illegal motion on Mingus. Kitchen took an early step. I'm not sure he wasn't allowed to do that. It's like you're going in motion, right?
Right, but the problem was he stopped and then reset. If he would have kept going, I think he would have been fine.
Morona's coming back in the ball game now for the Marauders. Clock continuing to run, 9:40. Well, it's not, even though the official said to, and now they're still trying to wind it. And it's still not running. And the Marauders are back up to the line. The official's like, forget it. Here's the snap on 2nd and 15. Rolling to his right, looking to throw. Simmons throws to the right side, and he's got it to Kitchen, who is across midfield into about the 48-yard line of the Lobos. So a gain of 7 on the play, and it brings up second down now and about 8 for the Marauders.
That's back-to-back good passes by Simmons. The first one, he threaded the needle down to Brewer in the defense. In fact, there was a zone defense and found the open area that time on the rollout on the run.
Design roll.
It put the ball right on Kitchen.
Herndon lines up in a slot on the left-hand side. Now man in motion. Here's a snap and the handoff. And he goes up the middle to Hanks, and he tripped over the 50-yard line, and he's down at the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 8 now for the Marauders. No gain on the play.
Bummer. He certainly had the opportunity to pick up some yardage there. Something I noticed about that field when I was down there, Zach, it is cut low.
So yeah, compared to Prescott last week, JB, where it was like 6 inches high, this field is trim and ready to run on. 3rd down and 8 now for the Marauders across midfield at their opponent's 47-yard line. Simmons takes a snap. Flags come flying. Simmons' throw looks like caught, but it will be short of a first down. There is a flag on the play, however, and it looks like they're pointing at the Marauders.
A chop block against the Marauders?
Well, they'll take that. I think. I mean, otherwise it would be 4th and about a yard or 2.
Right.
Yeah, they're going to decline it.
Yeah.
So, the pass is incomplete? It looked like the pass was complete.
Must have been out of bounds.
Huh. We'll have to have another look at that. 4th down and 8 then for the Marauders.
Wow, I think we've had 3 chop blocks called during Mingus Marauders this season.
Yeah, we've had 3 today, or 2 now.
2 of them in the first half, yeah.
Huh. 4th down and 8. The Marauders with the ball in a 4-point lead. Simmons, the quarterback, in as the punter as well. And his punt is up, and it is angled to the right and way out of bounds. And let's see where they're going to mark it going out of bounds. And keep walking. Let's see where they're going to finally spot it. Guy's coming up the field. He's at about the 25-yard line. I'll mark it at the 24. So not too bad. The punt, I mean, he didn't gain a whole lot of yards, but they've got a long field to work with, starting 1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line as the Marauder defense comes back out on the field. Marauder defense, opportunistic. They've got a interception by defensive lineman Troy Carter, and they've got a fumble recovery that was bounced on by Josh Longfellow. So the only 2 turnovers of the game, and the Marauder defense has come up with them. 1st down and 10 now. Walden with trips on the right, takes a snap, hands off to his fullback, who tries the left-hand side of the line, and he'll have about 3. So they overload one side to spread the defense out and then run a quick counter to the left side, and it gets a couple of yards, but it didn't break anything, and the Marauder defense wasn't fooled by the counter.
Well, just trying to keep the Mingus Marauders honest is what they're doing with that one. Make sure everybody stays home, but really, honestly, that's what you want this defense to do, especially if you got to contain this quarterback.
2nd down and 7, 2 backs in the backfield, and quarterback's going to keep it himself, looking to run to the left, and he's hit and drilled at the line of scrimmage. They may give him a yard or 2, but man, it wasn't worth the pain. And Troy Carter came in and lit him up. Hey, we call Troy Carter's name an awful lot, JB.
You're right.
Better keep our eye on that. I am writing that down. Troy Carter, calling his name already all night. Not even at halftime yet.
Wow, they give him a good spot. Holy cow, they give him 2.
Wow. 3rd and 6, nonetheless, and the Marauder defense trying to come up with another stop here. 2 on the left, 2 on the right, 1 back in the backfield. And 3-step drop, a throw to the right-hand side. He's got a man. Can the Marauders get him? No, he's got a 1st down and still breaking tackles all the way out to the 40-yard line. Well, Mingus had a chance if they would have made the initial tackle. It would have been short of a 1st down, but instead of making a tackle, you run up and hit him and watch him bounce off, and it wasn't before he dragged the guys another 5 yards down the field that they tackle him at the 40-yard line.
Well, you know, we talk about that all the time. If you're going to tackle, you got to hit low, and Mingus did not do so. Those shoulder pad tackles will not get it done.
Got to wrap them up. 1st down and 10 from the 40-yard line. Man in motion from right to left now, and they're going to hand off. Coming to the right-hand side. Through the line of scrimmage, and not until it's about 8 yards in the secondary as he tackled across midfield and to the Marauder 47-yard line. A gain of 13 on the play that time for, I think it was Rick Shumway, number 24 of the carry.
Well, he had it, the quick hitter right down, well, right over to the right-hand side. And
right up the middle.
Didn't defend it.
1st down and 10 from the Marauder 47. Man in motion. Now that's going to be the quarterback keeper again. And Walden's out in the clear. And catching up and swinging him around and tackling him is Brewer, but not before another gain of 13 to the Marauder 29-yard line. So now 2 plays, 26 yards on the ground. That time the quarterback kept it for a big hitter.
All of a sudden, the Lobos getting the momentum back, and the precarious 4-point lead in jeopardy.
6:20 left in the opening half of play. 7-3, the Marauders with the lead, but the Lobos driving. 1st down and 10 from the Marauder 34. Walden in the shotgun, 1 back on his left. He's got trips on the left-hand side, all bunched together. Now we've got players jumping all over the place, and it looks like we have got offsides on the Marauder defense.
3rd penalty against the Mingus Marauders here tonight. And
goes from 1st and 10 to 1st and 5.
Wow, that's
from the Marauder 29.
So it'll now be 1st and 10 from the 29.
Didn't you just say that?
From the 29 with the 5.
I said 1st and 5.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
1st and 5 from the Marauder 29-yard line. Under 6 minutes left here in this opening half. Man in motion from right to left, and they'll hand off, coming to the right-hand side. And another big gain and running down the field before Brewer can push him out of bounds. That time it's 42. Bracken Tanner with a big gain and another 1st down all the way down to the Marauder 22. It's 1st down and 10. Lobos.
Simple off tackle going the opposite way. Good job of just doing their slant blocks. Had 1 man to beat down there, and that was Brewer.
Overload, run everything left, hand the ball off, and run right. Man in motion from right to left again. This time they'll hand it to him with blockers going to the left hand. Drilled and hammered that time. Josh Longfellow brought his sledgehammer and just crushed 24 Rick Shumway for trying to carry the ball against the Marauder D.
Holy cow, that was one of the best hits we've seen all season as the wrecking ball brings it.
He got 2 yards. I think he'd rather have no gain and no pain. 2nd down and 8. What a hit by Longfellow. Man in motion from left to right this time. They're going to hand it to him. Now it's a reverse coming back to the left-hand side. And the Marauders catch up to him, but they can't tackle him again. I'll tell you what, tackling is a problem here. Mingus needs to work on wrapping people up and tackling them. This has been a problem here the last 2 games.
Well, unfortunately, and Shumway picks up more yardage, picks up another 3.
Down to the Marauder 15. It's 3rd down and 3.
Pickup of about 5. That'll bring 3rd and 3.
One back in the backfield to the right-hand side of the quarterback. They got a bunch, trips on the right, and the quarterback's going to keep it and look to run to the right. Still looking to run outside. Mingus again trying to make a tackle. First man misses. That's Pierce. The second man, Brewer, makes the tackle for what appears to be no gain. Brings up 4th down and 3 now. And will the Lobos look to put another 3 on the board, or are they going to go for it here inside the Marauder 15-yard line?
It's going to keep the senior general out there on the field.
I don't see the kicker out there. Actually, the kicker, no, he's not out there. That's a quarterback with guy number 6 right next to him. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to run right, and he falls down. It's going to depend on the spot here. I think he's got it, and the linesman is saying 1st down. I don't know why he's saying that. Now the referee's saying it as well. Without spotting the ball, they're going to give him the 1st down without spotting the ball.
That'll be 1st
wow.
and 10 from about the 10.5-yard line.
1st down and 10 from the 11.
That was definitely
4:10. 4:10 left to go. Walden again running the right-hand side. Now stacked up and down for a gain of about 2. It's inside the 10. Well, it's close to the 8, it looks like, to this guy on this side of the field. The one that gave him a 1st down without spotting the ball. The guy on the other side of the field's got him out closer to the 10.
Another place if you haven't had a chance to visit there.
3:45 left to go in the opening half. It's 7-3. The Marauders with the lead. 3rd down and about 7 here for the Lobos. Working from left to right across the radio dial from a shotgun formation, and now a timeout. 3:32 left to go in the opening half. Timeout on the field. Lobos want to talk about it. We'll be back to Snowflake High School after this.
Marauders fans, take note. Renegade Steakhouse is the place to enjoy good food, good friends, and good times. From Wrangler's Prime Rib to Cowboy Caviar, and from Cactus Fries to Cowboy Burgers, it's all here waiting for you. I'm Ty Stite, inviting you to visit us at Renegade Steakhouse, where we do things with a style all our own.
Back at Snowflake High School, got an update for you. Agua Fria has extended their lead to 16-7 over Estrella Foothills, and Boulder Creek is leading Bradshaw Mountain now 13-3.
Boulder Creek. Remember when they first started? All of a sudden they're a Division I school.
2nd down and 7. Here's a snap. Walden looking to run to the left side. Walden hit and continues to move forward, and now is bent over backwards and tackled for a short gain. And again, this guy on this side of the field seems to give him an extra yard every time. The guy on the other end of the field's got him around the 6. This guy's got him at the 5. 3rd down and about 4 now for Snowflake. They're all looking at their wrists now as the play is sent in. 3 minutes left to go in the first half. 7-3, the Marauders with the lead. 3rd down and 4 here for the Lobos from the Marauder 5-yard line. Walden at quarterback in the shotgun. Man in motion from left to right. They'll hand it to him. Sweep into the right side. And behind blockers, now tackled at about the 3. 4th down and 2 here for Snowflake. And this is a tough call. This is definitely chip shot field goal range. You're looking at about 2 yards for a 1st down, 3 yards for a touchdown. The clock stopped for some reason. Why do you suppose the clock stopped?
Great question.
On a run.
Okay, 4th and 1. It looks like they're going to go for it.
Fourth down and 2 here, and they will look to go for it. Walden takes a snap. Walden looking to run to the left. Walden hit, and he's down. Let's see. It's going to depend on the spot. Let's see where they spot this ball. It's either first and goal or it's a turnover on downs at about the 2 for Mingus. And this guy on this side of the field again is marking it and marking first down before the ball's spotted. And now they put the ball on the ground and say first and goal. I think we're getting a little taste of some Snowflake officiating is what we're getting.
Wow, time of possession on this drive, Zach. Snowflake has just been running it down the field.
Walden awaiting the snap, takes a snap, and is into the end zone for a touchdown. 2:33 left to go here in the opening half. Snowflake regains the lead. 9-7 with 2:33 left here. They'll have an extra point attempt coming by Kurt Solomon. The Marauders will have 2:33 and 3 timeouts to work with here at the end of this half. See if they can get a lead going in the locker room. Remember, Snowflake will have the ball to start the second half of play. Awaiting the snap, good hold. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Snowflake extends the lead now, 10-7 with 2:33 left to go. We'll be back to Snowflake High School. Marauders getting the ball after this.
2 things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Back at Snowflake, and the Marauders trailing 10-7 now with 2:33 left in the opening half. And it looks like the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets had an 80-yard interception return to take a lead, 7-6 over Sholo. Marauders with the kickoff comes to Garcia. Garcia to the right-hand side, and he spun around and down at around the 27-yard line. Gives Mingus 2:27 left in this half, and about 73 yards to go to try to regain a lead in this contest before going to the locker room.
Well, of course, Mingus, I would imagine if they needed to go for the field goal, to go for the tie at this point here in the first half, I would say they need still to get the ball pretty close to that 20-yard line.
At least, if not the 10. First down and 10, Mingus. 2 receivers on the left side, 2 on the right. Now a man in motion. Here's a snap and a handoff right up the middle. And there was a hole, but it closed up quickly. And a gain of 2 yards for Dakota Hanks, just shy of the 30-yard line.
Well, making the tackle for the Lobos is Chad Johnson, a defensive lineman, 5'11", shows him 165. You know what? I think he's a little bigger than that.
Second down and 7 now for Mingus. Looking to throw. Simmons to the right side. He's got a man. It's Brewer who breaks a tackle. Brewer now is knocked forward, and he'll have a first down. That'll stop the clock with 1:54 left to go in the half, and the Marauders on the move out near the 38-yard line. And they'll need to hurry up. The offense already back to the line of scrimmage as the official sets the ball. And let's see if they start running the clock. They don't. Well, now they do. Here's a snap, and Simmons drops back, looking to throw again. Simmons down the right side, and it's through the hands of Brewer. Simmons hit on the play by big old number 55, J.T. Bradley. But the pass incomplete, stops the clock, brings up second down and 10 with 1:47 left to go here in the opening half.
Well, it looked like Simmons was pretty much destined to throw the ball to the right-hand side. He had 1 receiver on the left. Actually broke away from his coverage a little bit. I don't think he saw it.
1 back in the backfield. Man in motion is Kitchen. Handoff up the middle to Hanks. No, it's going to be Simmons on the keeper, and Simmons will get rolled out around the 40-yard line. So a gain of 2 yards and the clock running, and now it's third down and long here for Mingus. You don't want to give them the ball back with time to score before the end of the half, JB.
No, that's true. That's probably why they're not going to use their timeout here. However, if they do pick up the first down, then they'll certainly consider starting to use them.
3rd down and 8 now for the Marauders from their own 40-yard line. Here's the snap. Simmons looks right. Simmons throws right. He's got Brewer, but he's hitting the backfield, and now break a tackle, and then finally thrown to the ground after a gain of 3. It's going to bring up 4th down and about 6 here for Mingus.
And helped out by Chase Walden.
Clock still running. It's down to 1:11, and now Snowflake will call their 3rd and final timeout on 4th down. They're trying to save as much time for their offense as possible. Let's take a break. We'll be back with a Marauder punt coming up right after this.
Welcome to the Cottonwood Recreation Center. We would like to invite you to come on in.
Come on in.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Back at Snowflake High School, the Marauders not able to move the ball here in the final 2 minutes of the opening half, trailing 10-7, and it's 4th down. And the Mingus will look to punt the ball away. Instead, they are going to get called for a false start.
Now, of course, that just gives us a little more room to try to bounce it down around that goal line and pin them deep, right?
That would be a beautiful punt. The ball moved all the way back to the Marauder 39-yard line now. Simmons, the quarterback, and the punter. I'd like to see him put a good boot into this one. Awaiting the snap. There it is, and the punt is off, and it's angled to the right. And this will take a good Marauder bounce, and out of bounds inside the 20. They'll mark it at about the 18-yard line. 64 seconds, no timeouts left here for Snowflake. They've got it 1st and 10 from their own 18.
Well, this is where Walden certainly could come into play with his throwing ability. Now, Mingus, of course, wants to probably drop an extra man back and not let anybody get behind him.
Boy, I sure would. 1st down and 10 from their 18. 1:04 left to go in the opening half. The Marauders trail 10-7. Has this been a fast first half of football? Walden awaiting the snap from the gun, rolls to the right, looking downfield, still looking, chased by Carter. Eludes the pressure, now just throws it out of bounds onto his bench and incomplete. Well, the Marauders got a little pressure that time and forced them to throw it away. Stops the clock with 57 seconds left here in this opening half, and it's 2nd down and 10. Well, now they've got, I thought that was a flag. It was a football flying up in the air.
That would have been a nice flag throw, huh? By the way, it was Carter again getting some pressure. He was rolling to Carter's side. He was able to roll off of his offensive lineman, and the chase was on.
2nd down and 10, quarterback Walden. In the shotgun, one back to his left-hand side. Marauders looking to show pressure. Fake the handoff. Walden rolling left. Walden now with all day to throw, and he finds a man out of the flat on the right-hand side, and a lower ahead and be tackled after a big gain out to 35-yard line. Brewer takes him down, but not before Bracken Tanner with a big play, and the clock stopped while they set the ball and get the stick set. 1st down and 10 out to the 35-yard line. And before the clock can even run, the Lobos are up to the line of scrimmage to spike the ball. 41 and 8/10 seconds to go here in the half, and the Lobos will have it 2nd down and 10 from their own 35-36-yard line.
Well, great job just finding the open man. Bracken had just wandered out as the safety valve, and nobody was really covering. Brewer had the man behind him, had to come all the way up to make the tackle.
2nd and 10, 3 receivers go to the left-hand side, one on the right. Walden in the gun, takes a snap, looking left, looking right, throwing it deep down the right-hand side, and it is intercepted by Brewer. No, he comes up with a ball. The officials say it hit the ground, and it's incomplete.
Ooh, Brewer had position. Great job. Had his man almost, I don't know if he baited Walden a little bit by letting him get a little bit behind him, and then had great catch-up speed, took the perfect position on that ball.
Doug Brimhall, the intended receiver, and he was boxed out on that play as Brewer had the position and thought he came up with a catch, JB. Apparently it popped out there as he came to the ground.
Well, he had possession to the ground, right?
Right. Yeah, 1 second is all it took for that last play, Jackie.
Wow. Really?
It went from 41 8/10 to 40 8/10 on that last play.
That means that, wow, Walden was probably throwing that ball at about 92 miles an hour.
We're really getting snowflake now. You got a line judge on this side of the field giving him an extra yard or two every time, saying first down before they spot the ball, and now it only takes a second to run a play. Here's the snap, and the quarterback looking right. Pump fake, looking in the middle now, and now he's going to just chuck it up for grabs. And the Marauders are all getting underneath the ball, and it is incomplete. In and out of the hands of Garcia.
Andrew Garcia.
Garcia got nailed in the back going up for that ball.
Stops the clock with 25 seconds left.
25 seconds?
Yeah. Lost 23 seconds on that play after only a second on the last play.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that, you know, it all averages out.
Yeah, apparently. So now it's fourth down, and the Marauders will have a chance to get the ball back. And Snowflake's calling another timeout. Is that their fourth of the half?
I'm not sure. We'll have to check.
I think it is. Let's take a break. We'll be back. The Marauders getting the ball back with 25 seconds left. We'll be back after this.
It's nice to see so many familiar faces.
Enjoying great Sears prices.
Sears Hometown Stores, where you'll find that great Sears quality and new Sears availability at the lowest prices guaranteed. We're like your father's Sears store, but a whole lot more. If it's not on our shelf, it's right here online, and we'll have it delivered to your front door. Plus, we have the largest selection of home appliances in the industry, including the top 10 national brands. Sears Hometown Stores, we're in your neighborhood.
Back at Snowflake High School, it's fourth down and 10 for the Lobos. Their quarterback in the punt at their own 35-yard line. Garcia awaiting the punt at around the Marauder 23. Here's the snap, and the punt is off. It's high, and it is taken by Garcia, who falls out of bounds at the 25. 18 seconds left to go in the half. The Marauders have it, first and 10 from their own 25-yard line, and 3 timeouts to work with.
Well, that was well angled. That was really the only opportunity that Garcia had, was to field that and go directly out of bounds.
He tried to hold himself up as the momentum just carried him out.
Right.
Well, 75 yards from a lead going into halftime. 75 yards in 18 seconds, that'd be all right.
Depends on how the clock runs.
Yeah, that's true.
We might get a good 2 minutes out of this.
First down and 10, Mingus, trailing 10-7 here on the road up in the White Mountains in Snowflake, which is considerably warmer than last week in Prescott. Here's the snap. Simmons rolling right. Simmons rolling right. Simmons now is going to take off and shovel pass it to Brewer. It's incomplete. And just, I guess that was kind of like sandlot football.
No, I think that was his way of spiking it, quite honestly, throwing it away. He knew Brewer wasn't going to take down the sideline and score off of that play.
No, and even if he caught it, it would have cost you a timeout, I guess,
yeah.
But the clock would have continued to run.
Right.
12 seconds left now.
Yeah, he was pretty much just throwing that away into the area of a receiver.
Second down and 10. Simmons from the gun. Takes a snap, looking left, throwing over the middle. Brewer makes the catch. Brewer still on his feet and up to the 45-yard line, where he will be tackled with 5 seconds left to go in the half. And the Marauders may have to call a timeout. As soon as they set the sticks, they'll start running the clock. And Mingus is going to call timeout. They've got 3 to work with. May as well use them. 5 seconds left to go in the half. The Marauders call timeout. They've got the ball out near midfield at the 45. And this may be a time there where you do something like the Lobos did on their last possession, where you just throw it up and throw it downfield and hope that you get a defensive penalty to move the ball downfield and you get one more play.
Right. Well, very possibly. Now, in high school football, that defensive pass interference would only gain you 10 yards. So it doesn't do the phenomenal damage that you would like it to do, but just the same. Gives you one more shot at it, 10 yards closer.
Yeah. By
the way, that is Brewer's 5th caught pass of the game. He's got 60 yards on 5 receptions.
And he split wide to the right side this time. First down and 56 for the Mingus Marauders. 5 seconds left in the half. Here's the snap. Looking right, looking pump fake. Now Simmons throws it up deep on the right-hand side, and it's incomplete. It was intended for Brewer, but Brewer got held up over there by a defensive back and wasn't able to get to it. And that's the end of the half. The Marauders trailing at halftime and have still only scored 7 points in the last 6 quarters and trail 10-7 on the road here at Snowflake. Let's take a break. We'll get into our halftime report coming up right after this.
Keep your vehicle on the road and running right for less with Reese's Tire in Cottonwood. The Reese's Tire Car Care Club card never expires, and you'll save almost $475 off car care services. For only $89.95, you'll get 4 free oil changes, plus discounts on brakes, AC service, batteries, and of course, savings on tires too.
Come into Reese's Tire and Auto and ask us about our Car Care Club card.
At 2435 East State Route 89A in Cottonwood.
Marauders fans, take note. Renegade Steakhouse is the place to enjoy good food, good friends, and good times. From Wrangler's Prime Rib to Cowboy Caviar, and from Cactus Fries to Cowboy Burgers, it's all here waiting for you. I'm Ty Stite, inviting you to visit us at Renegade Steakhouse, where we do things with a style all our own.
Welcome to the Cottonwood Recreation Center. We would like to invite you to come on in.
Come on in.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Verde Valley Connections is your source for primary medical care.
Verde Valley Connections is here for you. We're taking new patients every day. Just give us a call and we'll set you up with an appointment, or stop in and we'll try to work you in.
We'll take the time to get to know you.
And if you need a prescription, our pharmacy is right here in the lobby.
Whether you're new in town or just don't have a primary care connection,
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
Call 634-2236 and ask for Connections.
Welcome to the Sears Halftime Report. On Facebook, be sure to like Cottonwood Sears for special Sears coupons each Friday and one-of-a-kind deals from your local Cottonwood Sears in the Food City Shopping Center. In just a moment, we'll have a recap of the first half, including Marauder highlights, scores, and stats. Now, let's head back live to the press box. Here's Zach Calandra.
Back at Snowflake High School here at the half, it's the Lobos leading the Marauders 10-7. And the Mingus offense, again, not able to get rolling here tonight, JB. Their touchdown came on a short field. They only had to go about 30 yards, and that's the only time they've scored. Offense has not been able to move the ball.
No, it's been a little disappointing, and Mingus really not able to move the ball, especially on the ground here tonight. But we'll get into some of the individual stats in a little bit. We'll take a look at where we are, 10-7. By the way, the last I heard, an identical score just a little bit south at Sholo as the visiting team, which would be, of course, Blue Ridge.
Actually.
Is it 10-6?
I think so.
Oh, I thought it was 10-7. Well, it is 10-6. Okay, you are right. I am wrong. We now have that recorded. Stop smiling so
sorry.
big.
I don't ever hear that.
God, I won't get into that. Okay, 10-7 here tonight. Boy, you took me and derailed that train. The Lobos scored first here, the home team. It started off in the first quarter, 6:58 left to go, and the 27-yard field goal by Solomon is up and good and puts the Lobos up 3-0. And First quarter action a little bit later on. In fact, 1:01 left to go. Still in the first quarter. Mingus would get on the board, and that was after the big lineman interception. Carter picks up the interception, the INT, and the 30-yard drive finishes this way with Simmons and a little bit of a stiff arm getting to the corner of the end zone and in. The extra point by Cadera was good, and Mingus had a 4-point lead on the road. It was 7-3.
Yeah, we were happy.
We were indeed. And the drought was over.
Yes.
But then it got dry again. Second quarter action, Mingus would not score. However, in the second quarter, 2:33 left to go. It ended with a 1-yard plunge by Chase Walden. However, that drive was about 65 yards, almost all of it on the ground. Count them, two fourth down conversions. And both in the red zone against the Mingus Marauders. Boy, they were digging for every inch they could possibly get. Mingus was stubborn, but could not deny them. And here we are at halftime, 10-7, a pretty close one.
Yeah, last I heard, speaking of the drought, Cold Water was beating Estrella Foothill, so that helps the Mingus Marauders a little bit also, as Agua Fria had a 10-7 lead in that game.
That is true, and up north, the last I heard, Flagstaff was beating Coconino 7-0. The winner of that
Coco kind of, Mingus beat them. Next thing you know, they hit the downward spiral.
I know, no kidding. Coco started off real well. Flagstaff didn't, but Flagstaff starting to come around here at the end.
Starting to catch up.
The winner of that game will probably make playoffs in the bottom 8 of the Division III playoffs or seedings, but nonetheless, that's definitely a playoff spot up for grabs here to this evening.
Hey, speaking of teams making great strides, the win over the Marauders last week really propelled Prescott as well. They went from being out of the playoffs to up around 14 or something now.
12.
How about that?
Yeah, I mean, talk about pushing the buttons on the elevator, and it went up quick.
You notice they don't have a 13 on the elevator?
They don't?
No.
What do they do with
13th floors, Jackie? Come on.
They don't?
No.
Really? So you go
Cottonwood.
The hospital's 3 floors,
yeah.
Right? No, but seriously, does it go 12 floors, then something empty, and then 14?
No, it just goes 12 to 14.
Okay, so then the 14th floor would actually be the 13th.
Depending on how you look at it.
Okay, well.
Halloween's coming. Halloween's coming.
That is true.
All right, fans, let's take a quick break here at halftime. Score at the half, the home team, the Snowflake Lobos, 10, the Mingus Marauders, 7. We'll be back with more of the halftime show coming up after this.
It's nice to see so many familiar faces.
Enjoying great Sears prices.
Sears Hometown Stores, where you'll find that great Sears quality and new Sears availability at the lowest prices guaranteed. We're like your father's Sears store, but a whole lot more. If it's not on our shelf, it's right here online, and we'll have it delivered to your front door. Plus, we have the largest selection of home appliances in the industry, including the top 10 national brands. Sears Hometown Stores, we're in your neighborhood.
Your life, it's all out in front of you. Your future, wide open. Come and get it. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored. It's a big world. So many places to go and things to see. Experiences you've dreamed of. They can all start close to home. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored.
2 things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Verde Valley Connections is your source for primary medical care.
Verde Valley Connections is here for you. We're taking new patients every day. Just give us a call and we'll set you up with an appointment, or stop in and we'll try to work you in.
We'll take the time to get to know you.
And if you need a prescription, our pharmacy is right here in the lobby.
Whether you're new in town or just don't have a primary care connection,
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
Call 634-2236 and ask for Connections.
Each year, the faces change, yet the will to test one's passion remains the same. A courage that fosters a sense of pride in each of us. Keeping that pride strong and healthy is our job.
That hurts a lot, huh?
World-class therapists, nurses, and orthopedic surgeons focused on keeping our athletes in the game. From prevention, diagnosis, treatment, and the latest in non-invasive surgical techniques, you can feel confident that we're on the sideline, ready when you need us.
Back at Snowflake High School here at the half, the Lobos leading the Marauders by 3. It's 10-7 as we are into the halftime. And Jackie, looking at the stats here in the first half, it looks kind of like the scoreboard. The Marauders haven't moved the ball. That's why they don't have many points. And Snowflake has actually been able to move the ball fairly well. But the Marauder defense has been able to hold them to only 10 points here in this opening half.
Well, the one category that Mingus is winning here in the first half is the turnovers.
Big time. Otherwise, it might be a big differential in score.
I agree. Last year, it wasn't so good for turnovers for the Mingus Marauders. They coughed up the ball 7 times. 2 interceptions and 5 fumbles last year against the Snowflake Lobos squad. Here tonight, Mingus has the only 2 turnovers in the game. And the takeaways, pardon me, thank you. And the interception by Joe Carter set up Mingus's only score of the game.
Joe Carter.
Yeah.
Mr. Carter.
You missed Carter.
Joe Carter hit that home run back for the Toronto Blue Jays years ago. Troy Carter out here, however,
was
right. Making the plays.
Okay, I went into the yesteryear machine there a little bit,
Yeah.
but I'm back now. I'm back.
I remember at the time that was the first walk-off home run to win a World Series ever, and it still may be.
See how much credit I'm giving this young man?
Yeah, Joe Carter. Kid.
Anyways, that's the only category the Mingus Marauders are winning in so far here today. Let's take a look at some of the stats. For the Mingus Marauders offensively, Simmons is 9 for 14, 82 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. So a much better performance than last week. But we can't seem to stream it together. Here's the real difference. On the ground, the Mingus Marauders have not picked up any yards. 23 yards, and Herndon only has 2 carries in this game. He has been non-existent. Brewer has 5 receptions, 60 yards, averaging 12 per reception out there, but he hasn't been able to break it and run and gallop down the field. On the opposite side of the ball for the Lobos, it has been all Chase Walden. In fact, the only thing Mingus has really done is, well, chase Walden. Yep. And Walden, he's 6 for 15, 75 yards. When we've gotten to him in the backfield and forced him to hurry, he will throw that ball up for grabs. That's how we have 1 interception in the game. Actually, that one's deflected to himself. It was the tip drill. But he's got 13 carries, 95 yards, and the only touchdown for the Lobos out here tonight. 216 yards of total offense for the Lobos. Mingus at 105 in total offense.
You know, the good news is the Marauders have matched last week's offensive total here in the first half tonight. That's good news. The bad news, it's only 105 yards.
I know.
It needs to be twice that.
I know. Well, the good news also is the fact that it is a 1-score game. Here we are at halftime.
It's only a field goal.
Right. So the Mingus Marauders certainly have a lot of opportunity to get back into this one here tonight and make a difference. Now, obviously, I think it does make a difference that the Lobos will have the ball first.
Well, yeah, and like we said at the beginning of the game, it was imperative for the Marauders to get that ball on the opening drive, march down the field, score a touchdown. Didn't do it.
No.
It's going to be just as important for them to come out with their defense here and stop the Lobos on their opening drive, get that ball, try to get in there, get that touchdown, and get these guys on their heels again.
I certainly think so.
And we saw Snowflake in that last drive able to chew up the clock and just grind out a drive for a touchdown.
That's going to be huge and crucial, especially we come late in the fourth quarter. Remember, last year when these two teams met, the final 10 and a half minutes. Final 10 and a half minutes of the fourth quarter, nobody scored. So you don't want this game to be over at the end of the third quarter if you're not winning, you know?
No, there were a lot of fireworks before that, Ben, because that game was going back and forth, and it was through the air last year that Snowflake beat the Marauders. Tonight, they're doing it on the ground.
Right, exactly, and it's been mostly just the not being able to contain the quarterback. I'm sure that is a topic of discussion here this evening in the locker room. You know what we are missing? We are J-less.
Hot chocolate? Oh.
Yeah, hot chocolate would work. Where's Pete? We are J-less. So Well, let's do like the missing man formation.
The missing J.
The missing J.
I'm sure he's listening. What's up, Jay?
Hey,
Jay
man.
from Sears.
See, missing.
Let's see. Sears has got Kenmore stuff. I'm sure on sale. They've probably got a great selection of tools, and they've got some nice televisions. The Super Bowl will be coming up soon. Stop by there and see Jay. And they've got, what was it, the Heroes program that they do. And Jackie, I just want to mention that the Marauders have their kickers out here on the field. The rest of the team has not made their way out on the field, although they're on their way out now. But they send the kickers out on the field first. And it's kind of like, hey, you guys, get out of the locker room. We're talking football.
Well, they need the warm-up. They probably need more warm-up than everybody else out here. It is Sears Days going underway, happening, well, starting today, Friday, but it goes through the 27th of October. You were right. Look at this. You read my mind.
How about
50% off Kenmore wall ovens. 50% off Kenmore wall ovens when you use your Sears card, and up to 30% off all other Kenmore appliances when you use your Sears card. So huge savings out there, plus the expanded tool department. We've talked about that several times with Jay. And you're going to save on all power and lawn and garden equipment, plus outdoor storage buildings. Do you know what happens when the gas in your weed eater freezes? Screws it up, man. You don't want that to happen. So
I'll take your word for it.
You want to get the outdoor storage building.
Right.
And that certainly helps. And the program you were talking about is Heroes at Home. You can get details at Sears and Cottonwood in the Food City Shopping Center, or you can go online at sears.com/Heroes at Home. And then, of course, you can make donations to help our veterans and heroes that are coming back and, make their holidays just a tad bit more brighter.
Right. Yeah, and, the thing about that, Jack, is, my weed eater is actually a lawnmower. I call it the Desert Dog, and I ride the wheels all the way up high, and I just rocks, sticks, kids' toys. Anything that's out there, just whack.
Right. Oh, that's where that football went.
Yeah.
That's funny because my weed eater is my lawnmower. So
exactly, that's what I mean.
Right,
the Desert Dog.
We should switch sometime.
You think my lawnmower would like your yard better?
No,
you don't have grass.
I do too.
Okay,
I've got a 4 foot by 6 foot patch of grass ish.
That's where the dog hangs out.
No, the dogs eat the grass. I don't know what's up with that.
All right, fans, let's take a final break here of our halftime show. We'll come back with the Lobos and the football, the 3-point lead. 10-7 is our score. Snowflake ahead. We'll be back with the second half after this.
It's nice to see so many familiar faces.
Enjoying great Sears prices.
Sears Hometown Stores, where you'll find that great Sears quality and new Sears availability at the lowest prices guaranteed. We're like your father's Sears store, but a whole lot more. If it's not on our shelf, it's right here online, and we'll have it delivered to your front door. Plus, we have the largest selection of home appliances in the industry, including the top 10 national brands. Sears Hometown Stores, we're in your neighborhood.
Marauders fans, take note. Renegade Steakhouse is the place to enjoy good food, good friends, and good times. From Wrangler's Prime Rib to Cowboy Caviar, and from Cactus Fries to Cowboy Burgers, it's all here waiting for you. I'm Ty Stite, inviting you to visit us at Renegade Steakhouse, where we do things with a style all our own.
Your life, it's all out in front of you. Your future, wide open. Come and get it. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored. It's a big world. So many places to go and things to see. Experiences you've dreamed of. They can all start close to home. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored.
This has been the Sears Halftime Report. Can you name the top 10 national appliance brands available at your hometown Sears? Ready, set, go! Or cheat and visit your Cottonwood Sears in the Food City Shopping Center and ask about their price guarantee. If you were at the stadium, you'd be rushing back to your seat right now because half number 2 is getting ready to start. Exciting Mingus Marauder football will return right after this.
Start the second half of play. The Marauders kick off. Cadera kickoff is taken at the 10-yard line over near the sideline. Run up the left-hand side of the field in front of the Marauder bench, and a good return out across the 25. Looks like they'll mark him at about the 16-yard line. They might mark him right at the 26, rather. Looks like they might mark him right at the 25. And it'll be a return of 15 yards and first down and 10. Snowflake from their own 25-yard line with a 3-point lead, 10-7 as we just start the second half of play. Got an update for you. Boulder Creek just hammering Bradshaw Mountain now, 47-3. Here's a snap on first down. The handoff going to the left-hand side of the line. Not a whole lot of room to run over there. The Marauder defense converges on the ball carrier for a short gain. That time it's number 42, Bracken Tanner, the ball carrier. He's got about 2 yards maybe to about the 27-yard line, and it brings up second down and 8. Lobos quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Quarterback in the shotgun. He's got one back on the right side, 2 receivers on the left. One of them comes in motion, and they're going to hand to him. Sweep into the left-hand side. Looking for a block, and he's got an open field to the 40, the 45, and knocked out of bounds by Pierce on the Marauder side of the field at the Mingus 49-yard line. A big run on first down. And all the way out to the Marauder 48, 49-yard line, first down and 10. Bracken Tanner makes a big run, and the Marauders defense getting pushed around again here to start the second half of play. Quarterback Weldon back in the shotgun formation, first down and 10 now for the Lobos from the Marauder 48. Man in motion from right to left. There's a snap and a handoff coming to the right side, and stacked up after a gain of 1, and forward progress stopped, and no gain that time for Bracken Tanner. Actually, they're going to give him about a yard. And again, the guy on this side of the field gives him an extra yard or 2 than what the guy on the other side of the field gives him, and that's where they're going to mark him.
That'll bring up second and 8.
Man, I'll tell you what, this line judge on this side of the field is just an extra yard every time. He's always a yard or 2 further downfield than the guy on the other side of the field. He's also the guy that has claimed first down before the ball was marked twice. Second down and 8 now. Walden from the gun, man in motion. Here's a snap, and he'll fake the handoff, and Walden's going to run it himself. Breaks the original tackle, and now he is down inside the Marauder 45 at about the 44-yard line, where it's going to bring up third down and 5 now for the Lobos. And Marauder defense needing to come up with a stop, and here on third down and 5 would be a good time to do it.
Well, it looks like Longfellow getting back into the action, adding to his tackle total.
Third down and 5 now. Walden from the gun, man in motion from right to left. Here's a snap, and he'll fake the handoff. Now rolling to the right, being flushed out of the pocket and on the run to the left. Walden now picks it up and throws it deep down the field, and he's got a man. It's incomplete, hit him in the hands, and he dropped it at the 2. That brings up fourth down now. And it looked like they tried to get it to, I think it's number 5 or 6 there that they tried to get the ball to. May have been Nick Hall that they tried to get it to. And it was Hall, the intended receiver, and he couldn't come up with the play. And the Marauder defense has held on the opening drive. They gave up some yardage, and they changed the field position, but they're going to force the Lobos into punting the ball away. Tyler Herndon in to receive the punt for the Marauders. And now we've got whistles blowing, and the Marauders call timeout. Wow. 2 minutes into the second half, and the Marauders call a timeout after forcing a 4th and 5. And you know why? I think Mingus thought that there was a trick up the sleeve that time, and that Snowflake was going to run a fake play here on a fake punt.
Well, you know, you got that quarterback. You got Walden back there that also does the punting. That has got to sit in the back of your mind every single time he takes a long snap.
Not a bad spot to do it. It's only the beginning of the second half, so there's a lot of time left to play. The Lobos lead by 3, and they've got the ball at the Marauder 43-yard line. Not a bad spot to pull off a play, a fake play.
Right, I certainly agree, and maybe one of the defensive captains out there saw something.
Well, and Herndon started running up from his return man position into a defensive position. That's when we saw Coach Young over on the far end of the field doing some jumping jacks. At first I thought he was just trying to stay warm, but apparently he's calling a timeout.
Now, do we have the same punter out here, or is Walden the front man now?
Yeah, well, no. Somebody's up front. No, this looks like it's a different punter out here. And he will punt. No, it was Walden. And he punts it away, and it will take a good Lobo bounce inside the 20 and out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Well, the Marauders have a lot of room to work with their offense. Let's see if they can get their offense working.
Well, that was Brimhall on the punt, and that was one of the ugliest punts I have ever seen. That was more like a golf swing, and he hooked it. But it was effective.
And Walden does play defense, JB. He is out there at it's actually a defensive end position on the left-hand side.
Oh, my.
He might be a linebacker. That's what he is. He's a linebacker in a 3-5. Awaiting the snap. There it is. And the Marauders are going to hand out to the right side to Herndon, who's hit at the line, cuts it back into the middle, and gains about 3 yards out of nothing. We haven't seen Herndon run the ball much, and every time he does, he just gets swarmed over. It's almost as if he's the decoy again here tonight.
Well, that is only his third rush of the night. He's only got 5 rushing yards.
That's what I mean. We haven't seen him much. A gain of 3 on first, now at the 20-yard line. 2nd down and 7 for the Marauders. 3 receivers on the left-hand side, 1 on the right. Now in motion, Herndon goes from left to right, and they're going to hand off up the middle to Hanks, and he's drilled in the backfield. Then a little taunting coming in after that, no flag. It's 42, Bracken Tanner, that comes flying through the line and makes a big hit in the backfield. A loss of a yard, bringing up 3rd down and 8 now for the Marauders.
Well, he came up, he saw that play developing and charged it well. Hanks did not even have an opportunity at all. No momentum out of the backfield.
Kind of a delayed draw, and that delay cost him. 3rd down and long. Here's the snap. Rolling to his right, looking to throw is Simmons. Still looking. Now it's tipped in the air and caught, and it's going to be a loss of a couple of yards.
By a Lobo.
Wow.
Or did it drop?
No, I'm pretty sure he caught it and got knocked out of bounds for a loss of 2. And the Marauders now faced with 4th and 10. And the clock stopped for some reason. He must have gone out of bounds. And the Marauders now back to the line of scrimmage, and their first possession of the second half goes nowhere. And they'll look to punt the ball away. 4th down and 10 from their own 17-yard line. Simmons gets a snap and gets off a good punt, chases the punt returner back, bounces at the 40, continues inside the 35, and it will be downed at the 35. So Simmons did a pretty nice job that time, picked up about 45 yards or so for his team, and gives his defense a little room to work with.
Great punt. He was just urging him to move up as he's been angling it, and then this time he decided to drill it. It was low.
A low liner. Hey, speaking of low liners, the last update we had was the top of the 8th inning. San Francisco leading St. Louis 4-0. And at halftime, it's Lakeside Blue Ridge 10, Sholo 6. Here's the first down play. Walden looking right. Walden throwing right. He had a man wide open. Pass was just a little bit behind him that time as he was looking for Rick Shumway, and it falls incomplete. 2nd down and 10 now. And the Lobos quickly look at their wristbands and will head back to the line of scrimmage. This is kind of a no huddle offense, but yeah, instead of huddling, you just look at your wristband.
Right. But everybody's got a wristband.
2nd down and 10. Booster Club. Here's the snap, and they fake the handoff. Now a throw over the middle, wide open guy, and he fumbles, and it's loose. Who's going to get it? It looks like Sholo, or what are they called? Snowflake is going to come up with. We got Blue Ridge playing Sholo. We got Mingus playing Snowflake. He caught the ball and then was hit so hard it popped out of his hands, and Snowflake was lucky to be able to dive on it and recover it, bringing up 3rd down and 4 from the Snowflake 41.
Well, I want to see who made the hit out there for the Mingus Marauders. It was Brimhall that actually caught the ball.
Looks like it's Senega.
Senega made the hit.
Here's the 3rd down play, a run to the right side, and the Marauders have him! Short of a 1st down. Ball carried that time by 19, Dallin Merrill. Merrill will pick up about a yard, bringing up 4th down and 3 from the 42-yard line, and the Marauder defense forces a 3 and out and should get the ball back with decent field position at least. But you never know.
Great job by Great job by Longfellow getting in there and just grabbing a leg enough to bring him down.
Kitchen now back to return for the Marauders. This is the third different punt returner on 3 different punts. Walden, the punter, and the quarterback, and he's going to throw it over the middle, and he's got a man for a big first down. Still on his feet, and he's going to break it to the end zone. Touchdown! A fake punt on 4th and 3, and Walden, the quarterback and the punter, throws it over the top of the defense to Doug Brimhall, and Brimhall takes it to the house with 6:48 left to go here in the third quarter. The Marauders now licking their wounds as they trail by 9 and an extra point to follow. Man, you give up the fake punt for a 55-yard touchdown.
Well, we talked about it. This was the place to do it in the middle of the field like that, and it was just a touch pass.
Yeah, that's all it was. And the extra point attempt is up and looks good, and it is good. And the Marauders trail by 10. 6:48 left to go in the third quarter. Mingus down by 2 scores, and you'd hate to say it, JB, but it may be insurmountable. We'll be back with a Marauder kick return after this.
Each year, the faces change, yet the will to test one's passion remains the same. A courage that fosters a sense of pride in each of us. Keeping that pride strong and healthy is our job.
That hurts a lot, huh?
World-class therapists, nurses, and orthopedic surgeons focused on keeping our athletes in the game. From prevention, diagnosis, treatment, and the latest in non-invasive surgical techniques, you can feel confident that we're on the sideline, ready when you need us.
Back at Snowflake High School, a fake punt on 4th and 3 and a pass that is nearly overthrown, but a great extension by Doug Brimhall and a 55-yard touchdown, and the Marauders now trail by 10. Here's the kickoff, running it up the middle of the field. It's Kitchen. Kitchen with a great return out to the 40, still on his feet to the 45, and he won't be denied until he's at the 46-yard line. Well, maybe that'll spark the Marauder offense here a little bit. An inspired kick return by Brennan Kitchen all the way out to the 47-yard line, and the Marauders will start with a short field. Let's see if the offense can do anything. They've been stagnant for 2 weeks.
Well, certainly so, and how about that? We lost a yard on the return now. It was at the 47 marked, and by the time they threw the balls back and forth.
Yeah, it ends up at almost the 45 where they've got it now.
Oh my gosh.
It's not even to the 46. First down and 10. Here's a snap and a handoff coming to the left-hand side. It's Herndon. Herndon cuts it back into the middle, and it'll be tackled at about the 49. Gain of 4.
That's hard to do.
Gain of 3.
He completely put the brakes on in the backfield and had to change directions.
Second down and 7 now for the Marauders. And I know there's still 6:20 left here in the third quarter, but the Marauders need to get their offense going. They need to get it going fast.
Well, this is an important drive. They've got to fix this drive right now. They got to score, put some points on this drive, and make it a one-score game again.
Second down and 7. Herndon in motion from left to right. Handoff up the middle. No, it's a keeper, and it's Simmons on the loose. Simmons at 30-yard line. Simmons is still on his feet to the 20, to the 10. Simmons to the end zone. Touchdown! Luke Simmons takes it to the house from 51 yards out, and the Mingus Marauders are right back in the ball game. 5:56 left to go. Simmons with a long run on the keeper, and the Marauders have cut the lead. 17-13 with the extra point attempt coming. Well, that's what we've been waiting for, the Marauder offense to break out, and it was a quarterback, Luke Simmons, that time. Faked the handoff, kept it himself, took off to the right, and JB, he's got breakaway speed. That time he broke away and has the Marauders right back in the game.
Great lead block by Herndon.
Extra point attempt for Cadera is up, and it's right down the middle and good. And that makes the score 17-14 with 5:56 left to go. Head coach Bob Young clapping his hands over there on the far end of the field, trying to fire up his defense a little bit here, JB. We'll be back with the Marauder kickoff coming up after this.
Verde Valley Connections is your source for primary medical care.
Verde Valley Connections is here for you. We're taking new patients every day. Just give us a call and we'll set you up with an appointment, or stop in and we'll try to work you in.
We'll take the time to get to know you.
And if you need a prescription, our pharmacy is right here in the lobby.
Whether you're new in town or just don't have a primary care connection,
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
call 634-2236 and ask for Connections.
Back in Snowflake, and Luke Simmons does it himself. Takes it in from 51 yards out and has the Marauders back within 3 now, 17-14 with 5:56 left to go. Gilberto Cadera in to kick the ball away for the Marauders. It's up. It is deep into the right side. Return from the 9-yard line. Looking to get to the middle of the field and hit. Finally brought down. Looked like he's going to break away right inside the 30. Looks like they're marking right on the 30-yard line. Looked like it may have been Lehigh Caldwell, the return man that time, and he's got a decent return out to the 30.
I think it may have been Nick Hall, number 6 out there, the junior, 150 pounds. And he was running hard and quick. Cadera did not get much air on that one. A lot of pretty much a line drive, so Hall didn't run into any kind of competition coming the other way until he hit the 20.
Right. Hey, speaking of line drives, in the bottom of the 9th, San Francisco leads St. Louis 4-0. And looking to hand off, no, he's going to keep it himself. Walden looking to run to the right side. Walden ripping through the Marauder defense, and he's got a big gain, 15 yards out to the 45. You know he's going to run, and if he's not, he's going to throw.
Right.
Why don't you have somebody looking to hit him every time?
I talked about that a little bit earlier about how important it is for that QB spy. Zach, what a patient runner he is. He stood in the backfield very confident.
Setting up blocks. First down and 10 from their own 45-yard line. Here's a snap and a handoff coming to the right side. And it's going to be Brimhall, looks like. I believe it's 42. Yeah, it's Bracken Tanner, rather, with the carry. He's got about 3 yards shy of midfield, rather, out to about the 48-yard line. It's second down and 7 now for the Lobos.
Well, Mingus starting to figure out and seeing that counter developing out there when they decide to run it. That one hasn't worked particularly well in a little while.
3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right, 1 back in the backfield. He's on the right side of the quarterback who's in the shotgun. Here's a snap. Looking to throw a screen pass to the left-hand side, and here's the initial contact and no gain. Senega comes up and makes the big play for the Mingus Marauders, and Jeremy Senega has made a couple of big plays here for Mingus. The one where he forced the fumble that the Marauders were unable to convert, and that time he brings down the receiver with no gain, brings up third down now. They've got second on the stick on the far end of the field, but it is third down and 7 with 4:54 left to go here in the third quarter. Marauders trailing 17-14.
Well, Snowflake counted that whole play on the fact that Mingus would miss a tackle. Senega denied them that opportunity.
Third and 7. Walden takes a snap and fakes a handoff. Now looking to throw. Here comes the pressure, and he will throw to a wide open guy on the right side of the field. Following blocks down the middle of the field, and he's not going to be stopped until he falls on his own with a first down to the Marauder 37-yard line. Another big gain on third down and long, and another first down for the Lobos that time. Number 19, Dallin Merrill with the catch in the first down.
Well, the corner came in on the blitz. Actually, the defensive end came on, and that left Merrill just finding an open spot with nobody out there on the near side. And, boy, he was wide open.
First and 10 from the Marauder 37. Here's the snap. Walden looking over the middle. Walden still looking. The Marauders good coverage with their defense. And now Walden's going to look to run. Now he'll throw to a wide open guy on the left side of the field. And down the sideline he goes. Touchdown, Lobos. That's the guy the Marauders had double teamed. That's why Walden couldn't throw it to him. They doubled him. Walden took one step towards the line. Both the guys who were doubling him ran to Walden. He threw it to the guy they were both covering. He ran down the field for a long touchdown. And just like that, the Marauders are down again by 9 and an extra point away from 10.
Well, that was just poor communication. That was a defensive breakdown. Somebody's got to stay with the receiver. Somebody gets the quarterback.
On for the extra point again is Kurt Solomon.
Solomon in to attempt the extra point. Snap in. The kick is up, and this one is no good. It's short. I don't recall seeing very many extra points that are short.
Man, that's not even hitting the green with that chip shot.
We'll be back with a Marauder return. Down by 9, 23-14 with 4:03 left to go in the third quarter. A lot of time left. We'll be back after this.
Service, convenience, price. Taylor Waste is locally owned and voted #1 in residential garbage collection for the past 8 years in a row. And right now, new customers will enjoy 2 months free service with your switch to Taylor Waste. Add an extra container and take part in Taylor Waste's popular clean recycling program as well.
Hi, I'm Chris Taylor, owner of Taylor Waste. We're proud to serve our friends and neighbors with service tailored to your needs.
Back at Snowflake High School, 23-14, the Lobos extend their lead over the Marauders with 4:03 left to go. It was a fake punt for a touchdown and then a blown coverage by the Marauders for another touchdown. That's why they trail by 9. And with the return, Kitchen down the middle of the field. Kitchen with another big return, and he's off to the races of the 50, the 40-yard line. Kitchen still on the run. Down the sideline he goes, and a flag comes in. It's a touchdown by Kitchen, but a flag comes in for what apparently is going to be a block in the back.
Oh my gosh, that was not a block in the back. He was in front of him. That is a block on the side and the shoulder.
Kitchen took it to the house, all the way back to the end zone for a touchdown. They're going to call Mingus for an illegal block in the back at the 10-yard line. Wouldn't have had anything to do with the play at all. Would have been a touchdown for Kitchen, and the penalty, which we would like to see again, is going to bring the Marauders back, take points off the board, and back them up to the 20-yard line, where it's still going to be great field position, but anytime you take the points off the board, it's no good.
No, not at all. Mingus had the momentum right there, too. Would love to see that one again, Nick, if you get a chance. Got it.
First down and 10. The Marauders from the 20-yard line after a kickoff return for a touchdown by Kitchen is called back for an illegal block. Hand off to the left-hand side. It's Herndon trying to get outside. Stiff arms, and he's down at about the 16. No, I'm sorry, it's not Herndon. It was Rios that time with the carry. Jesse Rios, and he's got about 4 yards, bringing up second down and 6 now for the Marauders.
Well, Mingus trying to do something different and throwing the wing back into the running game out there. Decent first down play.
And the Marauders back to the line of scrimmage. Still a lot of time. 3:20 left here in this third quarter of play. Working from the left hash mark. Here's the snap and a handoff up the middle to Hanks, and he'll lose a yard. That play hasn't worked tonight.
Dakota Hanks has 2 carries, no yards here in the second half. And he has got 14 yards on the game on 7 carries. So it has been tough running up the middle.
I mean, you see that touchdown come off the board for a suspicious block in the back, and now it's third down and 7 from the 22. I'm sorry, from the 17.
Now Mingus is probably in four down territory for sure.
Here's the snap. Simmons looking right. Simmons throws over the middle, and it's incomplete.
The slant was on.
And now it's 4th and 7 with the touchdown already taken off the board. And the Marauders will huddle up. Brewer comes into the game. Looks like Cadera is coming in along with Charles.
Well, I know that Coach Young would certainly like this one because Mingus's record against the White
Simmons came out of the game. They're going to kick a field goal.
Oh, wow. Mingus's record against the White Mountain teams.
Cadera is going to attempt a 34-yard field goal. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and it looks good. And it is good! Cadera connects from 34 yards out, and it gets the Marauders back within a touchdown, 23-17. Mingus only down 6 with 2:36 left to go here in the third quarter. A big field goal for Cadera, 34-yarder, and the Marauders back on the board and back within a touchdown. We'll be back for the Marauder kickoff coming up after this.
Your local Taco Bell invites you to Live Moss. Try the Doritos Locos Tacos today, made with a shell of real nacho cheese Dorito chips.
convenient hours, drive-through, and open late every night. Visit your local Taco Bell, located on the corner of Highway 89A and Cove Parkway in Cottonwood. Taco Bell. Live Moss.
Back at Snowflake, the Marauders back within 6, and the kickoff is taken at the 18-yard line. Looking to get it to the right sideline. The Marauder defense looking to get to him, cuts it back to the middle of the field, and still on his feet, out near midfield, and finally tackled at about the 46. Man, the Marauders are not tackling here tonight, JB, and this is something that we've seen all year long on kick returns. Mingus is not getting to the ball carrier and giving up big returns out to the 45-yard line.
Well, and if you're going to put that one on the ball, or put that one on the ground, you want to angle it a little further to see if you can trap them in a corner.
First down and 10. Walden from the gun, man in motion from right to left. They'll hand it to him, sweeping the left-hand side to the long side of the field, and a gain of about 6 yards out across midfield to the Marauder 48.
That's Shumway on the run out there.
Interesting, running a sweep to the long side of the field, Jackie.
He's got 5 carries, 18 yards, and a bruise from Longfellow.
Second down and 4 from the Marauder 48. You know, they talk about you running a sweep to the short side of the field because you got one less defender over there because everybody stacks up the long side of the field. The short side of the field's got a sideline that makes a tackle every time.
That's true.
Second down and 4. Here's a snap and a handoff coming to the right side. No, it's going to be a halfback option. Looking to throw, now in trouble, and hit, still on his feet. Throws it up to a guy open on the left side, but it falls incomplete. That time they gave it off to Dallin Merrill, who was the quarterback at the beginning of the year. He tried to throw it down the left-hand side of the field, and it looked like he was trying to get it to, may have been number 9, Isaiah Diaz, but it falls incomplete and brings up third down and 4. Another trick play here by Snowflake.
Well, good coverage by the Mingus Marauders. However, the poor tackling in the backfield, Mingus could have had a 14-yard sack on that, bringing up 3rd and
20.
20, yeah.
Instead, it's 3rd and 4. And Walden in at quarterback takes a snap. Drops straight back, looking over the middle. Now is rolling out to his right. He's got a man, and he's getting in stride right down the middle of the field. It's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. Bracken Tanner comes out of the backfield, stands wide open in the middle of the field. Nobody covers him. He hits him in stride. It's a big gain again on 3rd down, all the way inside the 25 to about the 23-yard line, and it's first down and 10, Snowflake.
Well, Mingus has got to do something about Chase Walden. He is 5 for 6 in the second half, 87 yards.
And he stands back there with 0 pressure until he finds somebody open. First and 10 from the Marauder 23. Man in motion from right to left. Handoff coming to the right side and lowering his head into the pile and still not down. Marauders trying to strip the ball, and now they'll call forward progress down at about the 21. So a gain of 3 on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 7 now. Under a minute left to go in the 3rd quarter. Marauders down by 6, 23-17. And they're hoping that they can keep it right there. I think we're probably in field goal range at this point.
Very possibly. Mingus just hit a 34-yarder, so we're definitely close enough.
Walden in the gun. Here's a snap. Looking over the middle of the field. Pump fake. Still looking. Now flushed down to the pocket. He's got room to run on the left side and runs to the sideline. And he will be close to, and he may even have a first down. Inside the 15-yard line. Looks like they're going to mark him about a yard short of a first. It's going to bring up 3rd and 1 from just inside the 15. 23 seconds left in the 3rd quarter of play. Mingus down 23-17, and it's 3rd and 1.
Kadera had coverage on him, or was the quarterback spy man, but couldn't catch up to him.
Walden from the gun, trips on the right, takes a snap, pump fakes to the right, now stays in the pocket, still hanging out in the pocket, eats a sandwich, fires it up in the end zone, a man wide open, touchdown! Wow. Wow. Wide open in the end zone, all day to throw the ball. No pressure at all. A pass in the end zone that stayed up in the air for about 15 minutes and then finally came down to 24 Rick Shumway, and Snowflake has opened up a 12-point lead on the Marauders here with 16 seconds left to go in the third quarter. An extra point attempt coming from Solomon.
Well, Mingus just could not catch up for the defensive error out there.
Here's the extra point attempt. It's up, and it is good. 16 seconds left in the third. Marauders down by 13, 30-17. And things not looking good right now. Offense can't move the ball. Defense can't stop them. We'll be back with a Marauder kick return after this.
Your life, it's all out in front of you. Your future, wide open. Come and get it. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored. It's a big world. So many places to go and things to see. Experiences you've dreamed of. They can all start close to home. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored.
Back at Snowflake High School, and the kickoff is out of bounds. The Marauders will get it at their own 35-yard line. Final from St. Louis, the Giants with a shutout victory, 5-0 over the Cardinals, and that game will head on to was it game 5 now after that. 16 seconds left here in the third quarter. Marauders down by 2 touchdowns, 30-17. It's been trickery. A couple of big plays on fake plays, a fake punt, a couple of trick plays here for Snowflake, and they've all capitalized on everything that they've done, and they've got the Marauders on their heels.
Well, certainly so, Mingus. That was just flat blown coverage, but we've seen 2 blown coverages for the Mingus Marauders, giving up 14 points here in the second half. First one was when both men left the receiver to go keep Walden contained at the line of scrimmage, and that was just an easy toss for a touchdown. This one, nobody in the corner with the receiver Shumway. Nobody. I mean, nobody within 20 yards of him. And the fade pass that went about 45 yards in the air, straight up, came down and still couldn't catch up to it.
Yeah, no, that ball floated in the air forever. I think we could have come down to the top of the box and got there. Here's a kick. It's another pooch kick, and it's down by the Marauders at the 30-yard line. Why'd they get kick it again?
Not exactly sure. Must have been a penalty. But Mingus would have had the ball
from the 35 that time.
Mingus would have had the ball at the 35.
35, yeah.
Now we have 30.
Cost them 5 yards on the kick over and cost us 5 yards because we would have had it at the 35.
Right. So it's a swamp. All right.
Well, still 14 seconds left here in the third quarter. Marauders have Tyler Herndon out on the field, along with one other guy, and here come the rest of the crew.
I think it's Herndon and Rios out there.
Yeah, they're ready to play. They know there's not much time left. We got to get going in a hurry.
Right.
All right, well, first down and 10, Mingus. And they'll hand off up the middle to Hanks. Hanks breaks out in the open. He's still on his feet, and a big gain out across the 45 to about the 48-yard line. And that should do it here for the third quarter. But the Marauders have got the ball out near midfield. They'll start running the clock once they set the sticks, and that is going to be the end of the third quarter. We'll get into the 4:48 with a score 30-17. Snowflake leading the Mingus Marauders. We'll be back to Snowflake for fourth quarter action coming up right after this.
Everybody knows that high school sports generate suspense, excitement, and drama.
They also generate higher grade point averages, stronger work habits, and greater self-esteem.
Everybody knows that high school sports give us more value for our entertainment dollar.
They also give us leaders, committed to strengthening communities right here in Arizona. The true value of playing sports in school can't be measured in wins and losses or dollars and cents. Studies show that participation in sports, along with other extracurricular activities, is one of the best ways to teach leadership, cooperation, accountability, and other invaluable life skills. Don't just stand on the sidelines. Encourage the young people you know to get in the game. When you do, you will be helping them get ahead in life. high school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Arizona Interscholastic Association and the Arizona Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
First down and 10, Mingus, as we start the fourth quarter of play. The Marauders have their work cut out for them, down by 13. Which is better than being down by 15, I guess. And they've got it first and 10 from their own 48-yard line. So a quick score here is still anybody's ball game. Marauders need to score, though. Here's the snap. And the handoff up the middle. And it's going to be Hanks again. He's got another good game to the other side of the 50-yard line and all the way to the 45. A gain of 7 on first down that time for Dakota Hanks, bringing up second down and 3 now for the Marauders. And Mingus needs to get into hurry-up mode, JB. We know they've got it. That's what they've used most of the season. No huddle, hurry-up offense.
Absolutely. Back-to-back runs by Hanks, and interesting. I wonder if Mingus figured something out here and decided that they've got a hole up the middle.
Second and 3 from the shotgun. Here's the snap and a handoff going to the left-hand side of the field. They're trying to get it to Herndon. Herndon breaks a tackle, still on his feet. Herndon still chugging. He's got a first down. Inside the 40 to about the 38-yard line. A good gain. About 7 or 8 more yards and a first down for Mingus.
Interesting. All of a sudden, where we were didn't have a whole bunch of scoring in the first half, both teams have turned it on here in quarter number 3.
Mingus has 10 points here in the second half.
Right.
Including a field goal, obviously.
And 13 points for the Lobos.
Not 5 safeties. Awaiting the snap is Simmons rolling to his right. Simmons downfield. He's got a man wide open. Doesn't throw it to him. Instead, a short pass to the right side to Herndon, who lowers his shoulder and drives over the defender that time. Way down the field, wide open for the Mingus Marauders was, it looks like it may have been Jesse Moronis. No, it was 86. It was Shane Trimble that was wide open down the field, and Simmons just must not have seen him because he was open by about 10 yards behind the defense.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Simmons didn't see him. He came around the corner, had good protection that time, so at least he could find Herndon in the flat.
Second and 3, and the handoff is going to be a keeper. Simmons has it, and he let a pitch, and it's a fumble, and the Marauders get it, but not before they lose 5, 10, 15, 16, 17 yards. And what was a promising drive is now huge trouble, as it's going to be third and about 18.
17. So we're going to call this.
Well, Simmons just missed his pitch, man. Threw it behind him by about 3-4 yards.
Now's a good time for some noise.
Third down and 18 now for the Marauders, and what may be 4-down territory. Here's the snap. Simmons, pressure now, throws the middle of the field. He's got it to Hanks, who's tripped up from behind at the 40. So a gain of about 5, and it brings up 4th down and 13 now for the Marauders from the 40-yard line of the Lobos. With only 9:27 left to go in this ball game, down by 2 touchdowns, the Marauders may be thinking they got to go for it.
Well, I'll tell you, Snowflake has been able to move the ball when they have had it. So, yeah, I think so. I mean, you can't count on Snowflake not scoring again, you know what I mean?
You can't count on that. 4th down and 13 here for Mingus. Brewer on the near side, looking to throw. Simmons down the field, he throws it out of bounds. Wow. The Marauders turn it over on downs at their 40-yard line, down by 13 with under 9 minutes left to go. Got to get 3 and outs by your defense now.
Well, defense kept the Mingus Marauders in the game last week. However, giving up 30 points, that is a season high that the Mingus Marauders defense has given up here tonight.
Isn't it funny how we lost to Blue Ridge by 3, Blue Ridge blows these guys out by 50, and now we trail them by 13?
Well, Chase Walden wasn't with them when Blue Ridge blew them out. I wonder if that is a difference.
1st and 10, fake the handoff. Walden up the middle, and to the right side, he's going to have about 9, depending on the spot. He may have all 10 of it at the 50-yard line.
Depends which line judge makes the call.
Oh, this guy on this side shaking his head and saying second down. Not where they spotted the ball, it's not.
No kidding.
No.
I don't know who does the line for the Lobos, but it's a little crooked, the 50-yard line.
Yeah, the 50-yard line is crooked, isn't it?
Sometimes it's a first down, sometimes it looks like we're short.
First down. Got all 10 right to midfield. Well, Marauders in trouble here, JB, most likely on the road in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, we talked about it in pregame. The winner of this one probably solidifies a home playoff game.
And loser probably on the road, no, regardless. Here's the handoff coming to the left-hand side, trying to get outside, tucking it back in, and a short gain, 2, maybe 3 yards. On the carry that time, it's number 19, Dallin Merrill, and he's tackled at the Marauder 47. Clock running. That's the biggest opponent right now for the Marauders, down by 13. Obviously, they can't go up any more points. I'm not sure they can stop Snowflake here, but the worst thing is that the clock's continuing to run. It's down to 8:05 now and continuing to tick away.
And still, Mingus is winning the battle in takeaways. Has the only 2 takeaways.
Could use one here.
Oh, no kidding.
Second down and 7. Walden from the gun. Merrill in motion from left to right. Handoff coming back to the left, and he stood up by Wellborn. Pushes forward, and progress stopped. How the heck is his progress 2 yards downfield?
I have no idea on that one.
And again, the guy on the other side of the field's got him at the 49. The guy on this side of the field has him at the 47.
Now we're talking about how the field is crooked.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's the field. Third down and long. This is where Snowflake has killed Mingus all night. Third down and long has been a touchdown. Walden from the gun, takes a snap, looking to the right. Now Walden's going to run it, and he's got room on the left side. First down and down the sideline and out of bounds. Now a flag comes in after the play, and this is probably going to add on to the first down run to the Marauder 35. This is most likely going to be some type of unsportsmanlike conduct or somebody
pushing it back.
Oh, good. We'll take that. That'll help them a little bit. That one is going to go against Snowflake.
That is only the second penalty on Snowflake this game.
The whole game. We're 7 minutes from the end of the game. That's their second penalty. And we've got a line judge that seems to put the ball 2 yards downfield further than every snap.
Well, we'll just call him +2, man.
Yeah, he's +2.
Well, they still gain a yard off of that.
Yep, and it'll be a replay at third down. 3rd and 7 now. And they wind the clock. I'm not sure why on the penalty. And now Snowflake in no hurry. Now they're back in their huddle. They wound the clock. Oh, let's sit back over here a little bit. What are you doing tonight? I'm going to McDonald's. It's the only thing open. And here's a whistle and a timeout. 6:54 left to go. The Lobos lead the Marauders 30-17. They've got it 3rd and 7 from the Mingus 47. We'll be back after the Lobo timeout.
Keep your vehicle on the road and running right for less with Reese's Tire in Cottonwood. The Reese's Tire Car Care Club Card never expires, and you'll save almost $475 off car care services. For only $89.95, you'll get 4 free oil changes, plus discounts on brakes, AC service, batteries, and of course, savings on tires too.
Come into Reese's Tire and Auto and ask us about our Car Care Club Card.
At 2435 East State Route 89A in Cottonwood.
Back at Snowflake High School here in the White Mountains where the temperature is starting to dip. 6:54 left in the ball game. Marauders down 13. 3rd down and 7. Here's the snap. Handoff coming to the near side of the field. 2 blockers out in front. And it's going to be a first down the sideline and not knocked out of bounds until he reaches the 35. That's a gain of about 11 on 3rd and 7, and the Marauders giving up another big first down. Sholo's going to be able to run, or Snowflake's going to be able to run out a lot of this clock here as they reset the sticks. They'll start running the clock, and instead of the hurry-up offense, it'll be the slow it down and huddle-up offense.
Most likely so. First run out there by Nick Hall, who had a kickoff return earlier that he did well on, but this time he picks up a very important first down for his team.
1st and 10 from the Marauder 36. Walden in the gun, man in motion is Merrill. Here's a snap, fake the handoff. Walden's going to keep it himself. Caught by Mr. Carter. Troy Carter brings him down for no gain.
Troy Carter. And I'm pleased to announce that nobody was hurt in that band performance.
Second down and 10 now from the 35.5-yard line.
Well, if they do not gain another yard, I believe that Snowflake can run at least another 2.5 minutes off this clock. So the best Mingus could hope for is probably getting the ball back with about 2 minutes left.
And they're going to be hoping to score.
Or 4 minutes
obviously.
left.
And then they're going to need to do an onside kick. Second down and 10 now. Lobos in no hurry, and they're going to hand off to the left side. And still on his feet, finally tackled by the Marauders after a gain of about 2 inside the 35-yard line to the 34. Ball carrier that time, number 42, is Bracken Tanner. He's tackled inbounds, so the clock will continue to run. It's third down and long again. And if you're Snowflake, you figure 3rd and 8, got him right where we want him.
No kidding. Mingus has been very self-destructive on the third down plays.
Third down and 8 now. Walden in the gun. 2 receivers on the left, 2 on the right. Merrill in motion from left to right. Fake the handoff. Walden to throw. Walden flushed down the pocket. Hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. And that helps Mingus. Now it's 4th down and long, and the clock is stopped with 5:20 left.
And, Zach, that might be the first hit on Walden.
Shook him up a little bit.
Well, it might be the first time they actually hit him when he was throwing the ball. Obviously, they've hit him when he's running it, but
not much. And Walden, of course, is the punter and the quarterback, and we've already seen him fake it one time for a big touchdown of 55 yards.
Right.
Not so sure he will. Here's the snap, and he does punt it. High and angled. It will bounce into 5:19 left to go in the ball game. Mingus down by 2 touchdowns, 30-17. I guess 2 touchdowns and 1 extra point. And they'll have the ball from their 20-yard line. Mingus has got to figure out a way to get big chunks of yardage in a hurry. They need to score twice in this ball game. And if they do score the first time, I think they got to go onside, even though they have all 3 timeouts to work with. Well, I'm sorry, they got 2. Right. They called 1 2 minutes in the second half.
Well, the stage is set for the comeback on the road.
Yeah. Well, yes, it is.
Well, Mingus has not beaten a White Mountain team in football yet
in 2
Division
years.
4. Yep.
0-5. Waiting to snap, and it's snapped off the face mask of Simmons, and it's loose on the ground, and Snowflake has it.
That wasn't part of the plan.
Nope. Snap the ball off your quarterback's face and fumble it and give it back to your opponent at your 11.
I wonder if Simmons was trying to change the play or something. I don't think he was even looking at the center when the ball was snapped.
1st and 10.
No, he wasn't.
Maybe we'll call it the 11.
1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. The Marauder defense back out on the field. It's got to be deja vu. This is like last week. Opponent's drive starting inside your red zone. 1st and 10 from the 11. Walden right back out there. Takes a snap, and he's going to keep it himself. Running to the left with blockers in front. Cuts it back into the middle, and he'll be pushed backwards and never tackled.
Ooh, a little bit of
progress
attitude.
is stopped, and the clock will run as he has a gain of 2 yards inside the 10 to the 9.
Walden with a little bit of attitude out there. Sorry, Mr. Walden. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to try to strip the ball at this point.
And for some reason, Snowflake is back to the line of scrimmage already. Clock running, 4:43, and they're not taking all the play clock. Walden in the gun. He's got an overload on the right side, and he's going to run behind. 3 blockers on the right side. Break 1 tackle, now lower his head and be tackled at the 5. Inside the 5, maybe even to the 4. And it will be 3rd down and 3 with 4:20 left to go here in the ball game. Snowflake leading by 13 gets a big takeaway as the Marauders prematurely snap the ball off the face of quarterback Simmons, and Snowflake is able to capitalize on it and jump on it at the Marauder 11. Now trying to cash it in. 3rd and 3 from the 4. Man in motion from right to left. Then a handoff in the backfield and hitting down. Looked like it was Nick Hall that time that got the carry, and he got hit for a loss on the play back around the 7 or 8 yard line. Now it's going to be 4th down and 6 from the 7.
Great job by Longfellow getting in there. Made his presence known.
Yeah, the bruiser. And now it looks as if Snowflake is going to attempt another field goal. This one will be a 23-yard attempt to put them up by more than 2 touchdowns. Well, not really. 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions would do it. And it's blocked by the Marauders! And they'll pick it up, and that's where it will die right there. Mingus gets in and makes the block, so they are still within 13. Not much time to work with. 3 minutes and 8 seconds, and the Marauders get the ball back after the blocked field goal attempt. And we'll see it again here for our fans on TV. The kick is up, and it is blocked by, can't see the number.
It's Pelletier, isn't it?
Looks like it's Pelletier, but we'll have to let it go through so we can catch the number, and we don't know. We'll have to say Pelletier. That's what it looked like.
What a man. We appreciate him.
Well, Pelletier, had Mingus been able to pick that one up, they could have done a game changer right there.
1st down and 10, Mingus. Here's a snap and a throw over the head of the receiver on the left-hand side.
Simmons just hurried that one. Had his man open, but the 4-yard pass isn't going to get it done.
No, it's not at all, Jackie. Shouldn't even be in the play.
Well, that's why it was. That was a surprise.
Right. What's surprising by going 4 yards at a time down the field? They won't expect that. 2nd down and 10. Here's a snap. And another short pass to the left-hand side, and get out of bounds. At least he does. 1st down, a gain of 11. Let's see who caught it. Looks like it may be Shane Trimble with the reception that time for Mingus.
Yep, number 86 out there.
Yep, Sugar Shane makes the catch, a gain of 11 and a 1st down for Mingus. And he gets out of bounds. That's a senior. He knew what to do.
Right.
Catch the ball, get out of bounds, save your team a little time. 3:02 left to go. Mingus down 13. With the ball, 1st and 10 from their own 23-yard line. Here's a snap. Simmons looking left, batted in the air and incomplete. Looked like it was 55 maybe that got in there. J.T. Bradley. Well, maybe not. They're saying somebody else. They're saying it's 50. Chad Johnson instead of 55.
I think he may have had a block earlier. He's a tall one.
2nd down and 10. Clock stopped on the incompletion. 2:59 left to go. Marauders down 13. And got all kinds of people moving everywhere up there. And the Marauders are going to have it 2nd and 15.
Wow, there was so much movement, they may need a box truck on that one.
Well, back-to-back losses for the Marauders if they're not able to pull off a big comeback here. And those back-to-back losses are going to really be detrimental to the playoff outlook for Mingus, as they're most likely going to head out on the road. You can only hope it's going to be to someplace like Monument Valley. 2nd down and 15. Simmons rolls right, throws, has a man, catch is made, and it's Trimble again. Oh, no, it's not. It's 28. It's Rios with the catch that time.
They're going to have to call a timeout because they only
calls timeout, yeah.
They only get 6 off it.
Right, and he's tackled in bounds. It's 3rd down and 9 now for the Marauders. They call their 2nd timeout. 2:46 left to go in the game. Marauders need to score 2 touchdowns, and they're throwing 4-yard passes. We'll be back after the Marauder timeout.
Marauders fans, take note. Renegade Steakhouse is the place to enjoy good food, good friends, and good times. From Wrangler's Prime Rib to Cowboy Caviar, and from Cactus Fries to Cowboy Burgers, it's all here waiting for you. I'm Ty Stite, inviting you to visit us at Renegade Steakhouse, where we do things with a style all our own.
Back at Snowflake High School, Marauders on 3rd and long. Simmons rolling, throwing, and incomplete in between 3 receivers. And it brings up 4th down and 9 for the Marauders. Mingus with 1 timeout left. Down 13. 4th down and 9. with 2:41 left to go.
Well, this is the ball game, or at least the first version of one.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he was throwing that one away or if he just missed his target, Zach.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's cheer him on. Here we go, defense.
One or the other. 4th down and 9. Here's a snap. Fumble by Simmons. Picks it up. Throws. Has a man. And he drops it. Moronis hit him right in the hands for a first down. He drops it. And the Marauders turn it over on downs at their own 23-yard line.
Well, the ball was there. He had to come back to it a little bit, but he got his hands, his elbows, and his chest protector on that ball.
Lobos will get the ball on their Mingus.
So 2:36 left. Marauders with 1 timeout.
Seconds left, ladies and gentlemen.
Snowflake could conceivably take a knee and run this one out. I think they might need to pick up 1 first down.
Yeah, if they pick up a first down, even if Mingus uses their timeouts, they'll be able to run the clock out.
Right. First down and 10 from the Mingus 23-yard line. Snowflake with the football. Man in motion. They'll hand it to him. It's Merrill going to the right side. Merrill hit at the line, and he'll fall forward for a couple of yards. They could care less how many yards he gains. They want to get that clock running on first down.
The only thing they care about is he maintains the ball.
Right. To the 21-yard line. We're at 2nd down and 8 now for Snowflake. Clock running, 2:15 and counting. Snowflake with a 30-17 lead over the Marauders, and Mingus does call their 3rd and final timeout. 2:13 left in the game. Mingus calls timeout, down 13. We'll be back after the Marauder timeout.
Two things we can count on every year:
a new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Back at Snowflake High School, 2nd down and 8 for the Lobos. They lead 30-17. They're at the Marauder 22-yard line. Here's a snap. Handoff goes to the left-hand side. Got a man with the ball at the 20. He's hit and knocked backwards. After a gain of about 2 or 3, stays inbound. The clock continues to run. The Marauders cannot stop it. A final from down the road, Lakeside Blue Ridge, a victory 24-14 over Sholo. So number 1 beats number 2.
Wow, holy cow. Well, the Mingus Marauders, who lost only by 3 to Lakeside Blue Ridge, all of a sudden some of the scores as we move on in the season just don't seem to add up and make a whole bunch of sense.
Minute 35 left to go. It's 3rd down and 7 here for the Lobos from the Marauder 21-yard line. 2 receivers on the right now, flag, and we may have a delay. We do delay a game against Snowflake.
Only the 3rd penalty against the Lobos, who have been almost infraction-free.
Yeah, right.
Wow, how important was that block in the back call right now when Brandon Kitchen returned it all the way? Because we'd be down to a 1-score game.
Well, no, so we kicked the field goal, didn't we?
Yeah, we kicked the field goal, you're right.
So we lost 4 points, which would
we'd be down by 9.
Still 2 possessions. And now Snowflake calls timeout.
Well, do you think they can fake punt on 3rd?
1:28 left in this one, folks. Camp Verde's coming to town next week. We'll be licking our wounds. We'll be back after this.
Welcome to the Cottonwood Recreation Center. We would like to invite you to come on in.
Come on in.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Back at Snowflake, the Lobos call a timeout, leading by 13 with 1:28 left to go. It's 3rd down and 12 from the Marauder 27-yard line. Fake to pass to the right side, and now wide open lane to run down the left and knocked out of bounds, short of a first down. That stops the clock. Brings up 4th down and about 3 here for Snowflake. Why isn't the clock stopped? The guy ran out of bounds.
Clock management here.
The guy ran out of bounds and the clock's running.
My gosh. Yeah, put time back on the clock.
Yeah, look, now one of the officials just realized about 10 seconds later, hey, they just ran all the clock out after the guy ran out of bounds. We got this guy gives them an extra couple yards every play, and they keep running the clock or they don't run the clock, depending on which helps their team. And here we are.
Oh, my. And it looks like they are not, well, they're going to try to add to it. They may try to add that time back to the clock.
Looks like they can put some time back on the clock.
I wonder why.
Because about 12 seconds ran off?
Yeah. 30-17 is our score. 1 minute on the clock now. Now they're going to make it 11 minutes and 30 seconds. That's better.
All right, we got an extra quarter.
We got a chance now. Minute 13 on the clock.
Oh, I was off by a second.
And it's 4th down and 3. Walden awaiting the snap. Hands off. Sweep to the right side. First down. Back to the middle. Can he get to the end zone? Touchdown! Lobos! Put a big dagger in this one. Touchdown run that time for Nick Hall. And he'll take it in from, where was he, about 20 yards out or somewhere in that range.
16.
And 16 yards out with 1:07 left to go in the ball game. The Marauders trail now by 19, 36-17, and an extra point attempt coming.
Boy, we've seen that play all night long, but for whatever reason, couldn't stop it there.
Nope. Solomon in to attempt the extra point. The kick is up. It's high, and it is right down the middle and good. 37-17. Mingus getting smashed on the road. 1:07 left to go. We'll be back after this.
It's nice to see so many familiar faces.
Enjoying great Sears prices.
Sears Hometown Stores, where you'll find that great Sears quality and new Sears availability at the lowest prices guaranteed. We're like your father's Sears store, but a whole lot more. If it's not on our shelf, it's right here online, and we'll have it delivered to your front door. Plus, we have the largest selection of home appliances in the industry, including the top 10 national brands. Sears Hometown Stores, we're in your neighborhood.
Back at Snowflake High School, 67 seconds left to go. The Marauders down by 20, 37-17. Snowflake in to kick the ball away once again. Mingus at this point most likely on the road in the first round of the playoffs. Here's the kickoff, and it rolls past the first guy. Second guy fumbles it, now picks it up. Looking to run down the left-hand side, caught and down. A good return out to about the 37 or 8 yard line. And the Marauders have 1 minute left to play, down by 20 points, 37-17.
Well, certainly not the performance the Mingus Marauders wanted to show out here. Snowflake somehow overcame the only turnovers in the game, but defensively really played a pretty decent game. Mingus not able to move the ball offensively like they wanted to.
No. Offense has been bad the last 2 weeks.
And the defense didn't show real well here tonight either.
Here's a run up the middle for Hanks. He's going to have a first down and a few more. Looks like he's going to have about 13 yards on the carry to the Snowflake side of midfield. He's tackled at the 49. Good run by Hanks.
Ball carrier was Dakota Hanks.
Well, here's an interesting thing. The Mingus Marauders have 22 carries, 123 yards here tonight. The big one, though, of course, the breakaway for 51 yards by Simmons for the touchdown.
Here's a snap, handoff coming to the right side to Herndon. Herndon leaps over the first defender and then gets stood up.
Stood up by Bracken Tanner. Kept his
second and third after a gain of 3.
Finished off by Chad Johnson. Nice hard running.
Mingus might just be content to run the ball and run the clock out here.
Yeah, I think so. Down to 25 seconds. Simmons now into a huddle talking things over with the rest of the squad. 2nd down and 7 now for the Marauders, down to 18 seconds, and awaiting the snap. There it is. Simmons fakes a handoff, now flushed out of the pocket. Now he's in trouble, and he'll break free momentarily and throw it down the field where it is caught short of a 1st down, and that should end the game. Catch that time by Tyler Herndon, who's getting up a little slowly, and that's the end of the game. Final score, Snowflake 37, the Marauders 17. Mingus falls to 6-3 on the season. Snowflake goes to 7-2. We'll be back with the final wrap-up and the post-game show coming up right after this.
Keep your vehicle on the road and running right for less with Reese's Tire in Cottonwood. The Reese's Tire Car Care Club Card never expires, and you'll save almost $475 off car care services. For only $89.95, you'll get 4 free oil changes, plus discounts on brakes, AC service, batteries, and of course, savings on tires too.
Come into Reese's Tire and Auto and ask us about our Car Care Club Card.
At 2435 East State Route 89A in Cottonwood.
Your local Taco Bell invites you to Live Moss. Try the Doritos Locos Tacos today, made with a shell of real nacho cheese Dorito chips. Convenient hours, drive-through, and open late every night. Visit your local Taco Bell, located on the corner of Highway 89A and Cove Parkway in Cottonwood. Taco Bell. Live Moss.
Service, convenience, price. Taylor Waste is locally owned and voted #1 in residential garbage collection for the past 8 years in a row. And right now, new customers will enjoy 2 months free service with your switch to Taylor Waste. Add an extra container and take part in Taylor Waste's popular clean recycling program as well.
Hi, I'm Chris Taylor, owner of Taylor Waste. We're proud to serve our friends and neighbors with service tailored to your needs.
Each year, the faces change, yet the will to test one's passion remains the same. A courage that fosters a sense of pride in each of us. Keeping that pride strong and healthy is our job.
That hurts a lot, huh?
World-class therapists, nurses, and orthopedic surgeons focused on keeping our athletes in the game. From prevention, diagnosis, treatment, and the latest in non-invasive surgical techniques, you can feel confident that we're on the sideline, ready when you need us.
Back in Snowflake, final score 37-17. The Lobos over the Marauders. Mingus has now lost 2 in a row and has the record fall to 6-3 on the season. And Jackie, this one was kind of close at halftime and really got away from the Marauders in the second half. Unable to stop this Lobo offense, and offensively, 2 weeks in a row now, Mingus hasn't looked very good.
No, it's been anemic. If we can use that as a term, it's been Mingus has just not shown the same kind of iron in their blood here offensively the last couple of games. Prescott just tore them up last week, and defensively, Prescott was stout and quick and blitzed, and Mingus just could not recover here tonight. Mingus showed some of the same problems. They showed some promise, and then they showed problems, and boy, it just did not work out well. As we take a look at the game here and how it went down, first quarter action, 6:58 left to go, and the Lobos would score first on their home turf. Solomon, a 27-yard field goal attempt is good, and they led the ball game 3-0 at that juncture. Still first quarter action, Mingus would take their first and only lead of the game. 1:01 left to go, a 2-yard plunge as Simmons fakes the handoff, keeps it, dives, a little stiff arm there, gets into the end zone. The extra point by Cadero was good, and Mingus led 7-3. That was the only time Mingus would lead in this ball game. By the way, that field position set up by the Troy Carter interception.
Yep. And a 17-yard return.
And a 17-yard, exactly, put the ball inside the 30 for the Mingus Marauders. That was their starting point. They were able to finish it off and score. Then second quarter action, 2:33 left to go. And, well, it looks like the Lobos return the favor. A 1-yard plunge by Chase Walden, his first of 2 rushing touchdowns of the game. And he plunges in from 1 yard out. That was after 2 fourth-down conversions. Time of possession on that drive was ugly and very detrimental to the Mingus Marauder defense. I think they took 6 minutes off the clock getting down the field on that one, and do get the points on the board at halftime. It was 10-7. Mingus was certainly in this one. The Lobos would get the ball first in the second half, and then all of a sudden the fireworks began. 6:48 left to go, and a 58-yard little fake punt touchdown pass. Walden to Schimmel. And
he just kind of lobs it up there to a wide open guy in the middle of the field.
Yep, Mingus not prepared for that one, and then fall prey to the disease that was running rampant to the guys in white out here.
We saw 2 throwing touchdowns tonight that had hang time of punts.
Right. And I don't know how many missed tackles in the open field, especially trying to chase guys down. Another missed tackle on that particular play. It didn't bode well for the Mingus Marauders, and the extra point was good, and all of a sudden it was a 10-point lead, 17-7, but Mingus would get one back. Just a few seconds later, 5:56 left to go, and the senior quarterback from the Mingus Marauder finds some open room, and Simmons scampers off to the right and then wins the race to the corner with a little help. There's a stiff arm out there. He did help himself. 51 yards and the touchdown, and Simmons brings it back into a very good contest. The extra point by Cadero was good, and it was 17-14. However, that's pretty much where things went wrong. 4:03 left to go, and the Lobos come right back with an aerial attack. A 37-yard touchdown pass. Walden finds Brimwall, but watch this. He moves up toward the line, stops, and just tosses it over. Both defenders had come up to defend against Walden running the ball, and
both of the guys that were defending that guy that just caught it.
Right, exactly. And so all of a sudden we had nobody back on pass protection or pass defense, except for the safeties that were already sitting in the end zone. By the time
Coach Young is just now making his way off the field, JB. Team's gone. Team's been gone for a few minutes. Coach Young is just now slowly making his way across the field.
Needed a few moments, perhaps? Well, yeah, that was terrible. That was a terrible defensive decision right there, and Mingus had definitely cost him on that one. It was 23-14 at that point. Mingus would score again. Now, it was a kickoff return by Kitchen that went about 70 yards for the touchdown, and then I don't usually do this, but a phantom block in the back, and I do mean a phantom block in the back.
That's usually my category.
Right. I'm taking over for you here because it really is true. We don't have the replay on it, but trust me. Just trust me, okay? The block in the back, the flag thrown at the 10-yard line, and the points come off the board. Mingus, well, they end up losing a little bit of yard, but then Cadera comes in with the 34-yard field goal.
Well, that's nice to know that we can do that.
Absolutely. Now, Mingus catches up a little bit, and it was 23-17. Mingus was down by 6. Unfortunately, this would be as close as they would get. Right. Their scoring for the night was done with just under 16 seconds left to go. And, well, Walden had all day. He finished his lunch and his Twinkie plus his juice, and then still found the opportunity to loft the ball. It is so high you can't even see it in the screen.
Right.
It comes down to Shumway. Looks like a UFO down in the corner. Nobody had him. In fact, the defense was able to run all the way halfway across the field to get there before the ball got down to the receiver. But as fast as they weren't fast enough. And the touchdown to Shumway was good. The extra point was good, and it was 30-17. Then fourth quarter action, Mingus would block a field goal attempt. Otherwise, this could have been a 40-point venture against the Mingus Marauders. So thank you very much, Pelletier, for that. But with 1:07 left to go, Mingus turns the ball over on downs deep in their own territory, and Nick Hall, the youngster, adds a 16-yard touchdown as the final dagger. And Zach, I got to say, Mingus's defense pretty much gave up on this one. Great block downfield by the Lobos, and Mingus just was not showing hard on that defensive venture. 37-17, our final after the extra point, and Mingus has not fared well against the White Mountain teams. I don't know what kind of curse is underway.
No, I don't know either. We got to break it. All right, fans, speaking of breaks, let's take one right here. We'll be back with some individual statistics and final game summary coming up after this.
Welcome to the Cottonwood Recreation Center. We would like to invite you to come on in.
Come on in.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Marauders fans, take note. Renegade Steakhouse is the place to enjoy good food, good friends, and good times. From Wrangler's Prime Rib to Cowboy Caviar, and from Cactus Fries to Cowboy Burgers, it's all here waiting for you. I'm Ty Stite, inviting you to visit us at Renegade Steakhouse, where we do things with a style all our own.
Verde Valley Connections is your source for primary medical care.
Verde Valley Connections is here for you. We're taking new patients every day.
Just give us a call and we'll set you up with an appointment, or stop in and we'll try to work you in.
We'll take the time to get to know you.
And if you need a prescription, our pharmacy is right here in the lobby.
Whether you're new in town or just don't have a primary care connection,
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
Call 634-2236 and ask for Connections.
Would you rather recycle like this or like this? Clean Recycling processes over 95% of the materials collected, as opposed to under 20% with other processes. Just add a recycling container and your recycling materials end up recycled instead of in the landfill. Just one of the many reasons Taylor Waste has been voted #1 for the past 9 years in a row.
Hi, I'm Chris Taylor, owner of Taylor Waste. We're proud to serve our friends and neighbors with service tailored to your needs.
Back up in the White Mountains, where it is ironically warmer than it was in Prescott last week. But the score doesn't help much. 37-17, Snowflake with the victory tonight over the Marauders. Snowflake now will move up a little bit in their rankings, and with Sholo losing, who knows what's going to happen here. Snowflake now goes to 7-2. On the season, the Marauders fall to 6-3. Fortunately for Mingus, you got Camp Verde next week, so should at least end the season on a win and maybe build a little confidence heading into the playoffs. Right now, playoffs are looking pretty tough for Mingus. 2 weeks ago, thought, hey, we could cruise through the playoffs. This is a team that's got a chance to win a state championship. After these last 2 weeks, Mingus got a lot of work cut out for them if they're going to be able to advance in the playoffs.
Well, unfortunately, since the way the seedings go and the way the formula goes, they don't count a game until you actually play it. Having said that, Camp Verde, who had an opportunity playing Sequoia tonight to pick up a win.
First win, yeah.
Could be their first win. If it is a win, it would be their first win during the course of the year. That's not going to bring an awful lot of points to the Mingus Marauders, even a victory there. So if Mingus falls, they will fall from the top 8 in the rankings. It's very possible that even with a victory next week, they could still slide a position or two because of the strength of schedule difficulty. So all of a sudden, Mingus, who was sitting third and pretty, is now questioning.
Down to 7th tonight, and most likely down somewhere maybe around 10 even.
Right.
After tonight.
And could slide 11-12. Yeah, definitely. So, what a difference 2 games make.
Wow.
Is that a song? No,
it should be. You like country. Well, and
that would be a blues song. It would be depressing.
The blues, yeah. There's Dan Aykroyd. All right. So individually speaking, Snowflake had a pretty good night tonight offensively. Their quarterback, Walden, was the real deal. He threw the ball for touchdowns. He ran the ball. He did a nice job tonight executing his team's offense.
Well, you know, when Chase was born, they had a couple of choices. They either call him Chase or can't catch this. Either way, it worked here tonight. Throwing the ball, Walden was 12 for 23, 178 yards, 3 passing touchdowns. That gives him 12 in 4 games. By the way, Round Valley held them to 14 points last week, and it was an overtime win. I didn't want to say that. 1 interception, his first of the season. He was picked off once. He had 22 carries, 168 yards on the ground, and another touchdown rushing the ball. So the Chase Walden show is 346 yards of their 435 yards. That doesn't quite work mathematically, but we'll figure it out. 257 throwing the ball or running the ball, rushing yards here tonight, and 178 passing yards. But nonetheless, Chase Walden accounted for the mass majority of the yardage out here tonight. For the Mingus Marauders, in a 17-point performance and a 20-point loss, let's see, Simmons went 15 for 26, 115 yards, no touchdowns and no interceptions. Did get one touchdown running the ball out here tonight. Brewer had 5 catches, 60 yards.
All in the first half.
All exactly. I was just going to say that. Get out of my head. 123 rushing yards, I know. 115 yards passing the ball. At least it was an even attack. The leading rusher for the Mingus Marauders ends up being Dakota Hanks.
It was half of an even attack.
Half, right.
Yeah, need to have twice that many yards.
Yeah. Dakota Hanks, by the way, 51 yards on 10 carries, most of it coming in the final couple of drives, where we'll give it to you up the middle because
that's where we want you to have it.
Right, that's nowhere near the sideline.
And it's also running the clock.
Right. Yeah, you run the ball, we'll run the clock. In fact, you know what? We'll just run the clock anyway.
That's right, and that's how it was.
It was.
All the way down the stretch, this Snowflake team was able to move the ball with their offense. They were able to move the ball with their running game, and they were able to chew up the clock here at the end of the game and put points on the board. It wasn't just chew up the clock and punt it away. It was chew up the clock and then punch it in.
Right. And sometimes they just chewed up clock.
All right.
Sometimes the clock just chewed.
Most of the night. And sometimes it was us chewing out the official down here on the sideline.
Oh, well, we had +2 linesmen on this side, right?
Right, yeah, +2 guy.
+2 guy.
I want to find the guy that did this 50-yard line.
Well, they do.
It must have been a cold morning when he was out here doing this because he shivered every step. And this 50-yard line has seen better days.
See, that's not what I was thinking. I was thinking it was more of a late night coming back here after the stop to the. Well, never mind.
Cold morning. Very cold morning.
Cold morning.
All right, fans. We are going to take a final break here, and we will come back with our player of the game. Final score: 37-17. Snowflake over the Mingus Marauders. Snowflake now 7-2. Mingus falls to 6-3. We'll be back after this.
Keep your vehicle on the road and running right for less with Reese's Tire in Cottonwood. The Reese's Tire Car Care Club card never expires, and you'll save almost $475 off car care services. For only $89.95, you'll get 4 free oil changes, plus discounts on brakes, AC service, batteries, and of course, savings on tires too.
Come into Reese's Tire and Auto and ask us about our Car Care Club card.
At 2435 East State Route 89A in Cottonwood.
2 things we can count on every year:
a new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Welcome to the Cottonwood Recreation Center. We would like to invite you to come on in.
Come on in.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Verde Valley Connections is your source for primary medical care.
Verde Valley Connections is here for you. We're taking new patients every day.
Just give us a call and we'll set you up with an appointment, or stop in and we'll try to work you in.
We'll take the time to get to know you.
And if you need a prescription, our pharmacy is right here in the lobby.
Whether you're new in town or just don't have a primary care connection,
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
call 634-2236 and ask for Connections.
Back at Snowflake, 37-17 was our final here tonight. Lobos on top of the Marauders. Mingus has now lost 2 in a row, with Camp Verde coming to town next Friday night for a final game of the season, senior night, and final chance to watch your Marauders at home, because I don't think there's any way they can be at home in the first round of the playoffs at this point. But you never know. High school football is kind of funny, and weird things could happen, and Mingus could sneak into that top 8 with a win next week.
Well, I will follow up with that, saying that most of the teams in the top 10, even in the top 14, had their more difficult competitions here tonight as opposed to the last game of the season. There's a few, but I'm not sure you can leapfrog that many places. I certainly imagine, I don't know how the equation works for sure, but I imagine Mingus, who slipped from 3rd to 7th with the loss to Prescott, will probably slip at least another 3. So probably down to 10, maybe 11, and you're not going to gain an awful lot of ground with a at best 1-8 opponent.
Yeah, most likely an 0-9. I mean, Camp Verde hasn't been very good.
No, Camp Verde has definitely struggled. They graduated a lot of talent. They
lost to Cortez and Sedona in the same year.
They've struggled. Yes, Camp Verde has struggled. But let's get on to our player of the game. We did have a bright side.
Yes, we did.
Yes, a few rays of hope, a spark.
Mr. Carter.
Yeah, yes, Mr. Carter. What a fantastic job out here tonight. Here is his interception that set up the first Mingus Marauder touchdown of the game, and he rumbles and stumbles and returns it for 17 yards. And Troy Carter becomes our player of the game. The Vinnie's New York Chef's Pizzeria. They're in the Safeway Shopping Center here in Cottonwood. And Troy Carter, I believe this is his first trip to the Wall of Fame over there at Vinnie's.
Congratulations. He got some ups on that one, too. He jumped up, tipped it up to himself, caught it, and then shed a tackle, trying to rumble down in towards that end zone. And nice play there for Troy Carter, who also almost recovered a fumble that he bounced on and didn't come up with it. And instead, Longfellow came up with it. But Troy Carter played a great game. We even wrote his name down there in the first half. Every time we made a mention defensively, it was Troy Carter. So congratulations, Troy. Way to play. Came up with an INT for a defensive lineman. That's like getting 2 turkeys at Thanksgiving. And he was happy about that. And we're happy for him. So Troy Carter, our player of the game. Final score here tonight, 37-17. Snowflake with a victory over the Mingus Marauders. We'd like to thank all of our fans for listening in tonight. We'd also like to thank our cameramen and our producers, our executive producer, Ryan Nichols, and our assistant producer, or associate producer, I guess, Nick Yatsenko. For Jackie Bessler, I'm Zach Calandra, and we will be home next Friday night for Camp Verde. Come on out, cheer the Marauders on a victory, see if we can get their confidence up and rolling into the playoffs. And when they get to the playoffs, JB, it's anybody's ball game. We'll hope Mingus has the ship right by then and ready to roll in those final 4 weeks of playoff action.
All the way, fight, 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 go Riders, fight!